Hey,
you
what's
believe
up,
that's
Luke? How you
not?
doing, man? This is
Hey
Agent on the
guys.
top left. We got Low. This is Taekwondo.
Here we go,
Low,
about to get
Don
into
to
the
my right. You met Don
Matrix.
before.
Okay,
Chat, this is
boys.
Luke. This is the real life Neo. This guy is one of the smartest guys I've met and has been helping me a lot with the streaming stuff. So I really help you. I mean, I really thank you for helping me. He's put me onto a lot of stuff, and I don't think like it's been a good. It feels good that I'm able to talk about this stuff.
SNEAKO
with
new
other
to the game,
like-minded
though,
people
bro.
that believe in all the nonsense that I'm saying. Because when I talk about it, they call me crazy. But when Luke talks about it, he's very level-headed. They listen up.
Let's hear it, Luke. Break the
What's up, boys?
break the chat, man.
How you guys doing?
My first time meeting you, man. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure,
Same
everybody.
thing,
Pleasure.
Agent and Lowe's. My first time officially.
I'm new
meeting
to
you.
the I'm new to this I'm new to the stream shit. You know, I've been on like the Instagram game and all that stuff, and it was like
Man, I don't know.
just recently seeing people just going back to looking for value and looking for truth and looking for community. You know, it's a cool responsibility to, and I called SNEAKO about it yesterday. I was like, dude, you have like such a cool responsibility for a lot of these kids that, you know, like they don't have role models. Like the world's fucked. We can all agree on that, right? Like there's so many problems. We all agree on that. And instead of like focusing on the government being the one that raises our kids, or that raises and dictates culture, we can do it, you know. And Kanye West said it best. He said, "I am culture." So just like how we navigate and how we move.
Hey, don't Cardi B got a daughter named Culture?
New generation, you know, that's kind of like the name of the game, you know.
For the first time, social media and influencers are more powerful than the government itself. Right. So this is the first time it's not.
That's
like
really crazy to think about.
MTV.
We have more influence than
right.
Biden.
It's like a little bit though, because the influence that most content creators have is on platforms where they don't have much control.
True.
So they have incredible influence, but
not a
only
lot.
if they play within the parameters.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I agree with that 100%.
So it is limited control.
Yeah. You know, Hitler said it best. You tell a lie loud enough and long enough, people will believe it. And nobody has a
Nico not a
megaphone
content creator.
than the government.
Yeah, crypto
They control-
investor.
or whoever, or traditional media, or whatever. Like, look at how they're able to it. Like right now we're just starting to hear about this monkeypox. Like they're talking about it crazy on the media, but this story broke like 2 months ago.
Taekwondo, SNEAKO, Young
And
Don,
nobody really
Low,
cared about it. No one
Agent.
was concerned about it because I think what was happening.
Like the
was
stream,
they
like the
were
stream.
deciding
Join the
on how they
Discord.
wanted
Send
to go
reactions.
about, like,
Send me memes.
handling that
We're gonna get it all
situation,
into that.
Keeping in mind the fact that it primarily is afflicting homosexual men. You feel me? 99%.
When you say they, are you talking about the media or the government?
Whoever it is that pushed the trigger and said, "Hey, all right, now everybody needs to care about."
It's getting
monkeypox."
juicy. Oh
'Cause
my
for the last
God.
2 months, more or less, people were going about their lives, not really conscious about monkeypox, and now they're talking about it being the next COVID, like lockdown epidemic, and it's like, what? Nothing's changed in the last 2 months. You know what I mean? Like,
I have a question
except
for
someone
Luke.
made a decision.
Luke, I'm a little curious what you think about this. I don't know much about monkeypox at all. I know like bare minimum shit, but I'm so cynical. I just think media and government will do whatever to continue to make more money. I think money kind of runs a lot of their decisions. So maybe they just decided this is something that they could successfully monetize over a long period of time. But Luke, why do you think that there's been more of a focus on like monkeypox or whatever else right now?
I mean, what I would say is, you know, you have to look at the source of the information. And then if it's usually like nonprofits or organizations that are free, you need to look at the donors, right? You need to look at the people that are offering these grants. And many
Facts.
times the
I'm
grants
already-
actually
I'm
come
already
from
in
the
tune, bro. I
government
already knew
themselves.
this.
So now even this idea of like, look at the stats and look at the scientific research, we can't even validate that, right? So there's a theory right now, to me, it's all about distraction. You know, as Nero burnt down Rome, he would entertain people at the circus. And it's a circus, right? Like we give people a way to get out. We give them Black Friday, we give them Christmas, we give them 2 weeks off.
Halloween.
But then we're slaving them for 40, 50 weeks. And what do they have to show for it at the end of 50 years, bro? Nothing. Right? And this idea of the American dream has failed, right? It doesn't work. This idea is like, look at the outcome of everything. So it's I think now we're seeing a movement towards individualism and towards people, you know, assuming responsibility for their life, which bigger entities that want control, they don't want to give you that, right? They don't want you to be autonomous. They don't want you to think for yourself. So it's so easy to bandwagon because everybody criticizes and fights, but they like to be in like a place that they can
But
be
wait,
safe, right?
What did you think about what I just said? Because I didn't really. What did you think about what I just said? Do you think there's, well, in regards to, you know, the media, because of the political slant of mainstream media, and that does apply to social media, because all of these social media companies are ran by leftist organizations or people who lean very left, and we see that by who they choose to censor. What do you think about? Do you think that there is, because they're in an attempt to protect a community from criticism and hide the truth about who this disease is primarily affecting and what that may imply about that lifestyle?
I mean, I think this.
Yo, what up,
I
Fear?
think that's all small, petty stuff, bro. I think it's all distractions. You know what I mean? Like
Distraction from what?
The big epidemic isn't monkeypox, right? And that's the thing. It's like they make you want to focus on the small things. Like a monkeypox thing, there's 9,000 people, doesn't fucking matter. When halfway across the world, kids are mining cobalt starting at the age of 3.
Yeah,
So
but that's
I just
always
learned
going
about
on.
that.
But
They
that's
keep you-
always
that's
going
always-
on.
Right. Of course, right? So I'm not focused on these small little things, the stuff that you see on the news, the stuff that they throw in front of your face. That's what they want you to see. They feed you Ukraine. And next, it's the monkeypox. Next is the next thing. And you're always fucking on the treadmill, instead of living your independent life, doing your research and figuring out what is your goal, just fucking working towards it, bro. So many people are focused on this bitch's life, this person's life.
True.
There's never any like room for them to sit down and fucking think, to
About
build
their
out
own
thoughts, to build out their future. They're always distracted, bro.
That's
That's
true.
the name of the game, distraction.
What do you think the
I
goal
don't
of
even have
distracting
an
you?
opinion, bro.
What do you think the goal of distracting you would be? Because I just watched a video on that cobalt shit in Congo, the DRC, yesterday, and I was like, it was interesting, but I didn't think it was like an epidemic. But why distract us with something like monkeypox from
Smart
other
water
issues
tastes
going on
nasty
in Western North Africa? Like, what would they gain from that?
I mean,
By they, I mean like media or government.
Yeah, so you demoralize a nation, you keep them weak, and then you
Did he just ask
destroy it, right? From the inside out, from natural resource exploitation to human exploitation, all these things, right? And this happens since the dawn of man. It's not going to change. It won't change. But what you need to understand is that you can actually be free from it. In this civilization, we live in the richest country that's ever been, and half of the people have nothing.
Facts.
Right? So it's the easiest it's ever been to be rich. But instead of people focusing on self-development, becoming better, elevating themselves, they're always fucking talking about culture, media.
I'm scared.
And it's like, bro, like, where is your self-development? How are you going to progress? How are you going to get out of the rat race? How are you focusing
But
on
not
yourself?
everybody could get rich. It's not that easy. Not everybody could get rich.
So like the focus to me is not what's happening out there, but like what's happening inside of me, because what's happening around me, I should be able to like navigate it. But initially, so many people are focused on the exterior shit. They're not focused on themselves.
So
It's always like,
if you're focused,
it stops it stops the competitiveness for going for these resources.
yeah, I mean, think about it. It's just distractions, bro. Like if I dangled something in front of you because I trained you to love this certain thing, right? Everything's trained behaviors. Everything's trained behaviors. So they dangle what's a trained behavior in front of you, and then they go out and get the real fucking wealth. They'll sell you a fucking
the biggest
bored
fish
ape.
is
They'll
not-
sell you a bored ape for $500,000, right? And then you're like, oh shit, how much can I buy in fucking somewhere in Africa land, right, for $500,000? Like real world things. And it's like the delusion is so crazy. You're driving your Tesla, and then, you know, like Jake Tran's video, it's there's kids mining that at the age of 3 with like in the fucking cobalt mines, and it's
and
like,
the point is, if you
so people are
enjoy
so
Tesla so much, you
exactly, bro.
But wouldn't
People
you
are so
argue that-
disconnected from reality, bro. People are
Wouldn't you
disconnected
argue
from
that
the
if-
reality of the world over here.
If your focus was self-improvement, it shouldn't really matter to you what the fuck and how the fuck people are mining for your cobalt, because it really doesn't affect you all that much. You could argue maybe that's a distraction.
No, of course, like, everything can be a distraction, but it all has to do with how you perceive it. Do you perceive it as data and information that lets you develop yourself, or does it control you? Does it manipulate your emotions? Does it build your worldviews in a way where you don't have control? Is it programming that is positive, or is it negative programming? Because you're programming yourself all day long. You just choose what to program.
What do you think? What is important? What is the most important?
Yeah,
thing?
good question.
Freedom.
What is the
independence and self-sufficiency?
Yeah, that's freedom.
What's the most important thing?
To be independent. to be unreliant on other people and on systems, and to be as flexible as possible. Like everything that people have, their mortgage, their car payments, all these things, it's just baggage and distractions, bro. And it's stuff that's been put on us, right? It's social pressures, things like that. Like, bro, you're fucking performing from first grade to get to the next level, and it's all within a rat race, bro. At the age of 6, they ask you, what is your dream job? You don't even have an option. What if I don't want to fucking work? You know what I mean? Like, it's already from the beginning, you're programmed with this bullshit to be part of the system. And it's all based on the Prussian school system of industrialism, right? Which is, you are just a cog in the machine, right? And you're built to be a cog in the machine. So the training is for you to be a cog in the machine, right? The bell rings, and guess what you get? Yard time. Just like fucking prisoners. You come back. You have to ask for permission to piss. You have to get a hall pass at the age of 6 to go down the hall.
That's crazy.
You have hall monitors. From the moment you're born, they're indoctrinating you into the system, and that's how you start operating. So if you want to make good decisions in life, you need to think, maybe if everybody else is ending up at the age of 60,
what up,
70
LeBron?
with fucking bullshit results
good,
by following
man?
the system, maybe that system doesn't work, and I have to figure out another way. Right. And that's kind of like the focus that I believe people need to be on.
What's your question?
No, I was going to say, it seems as though my fault, agent, to cut you off. I'm gonna give you
No, you're good. You're good.
It seems as though the area and take you're focused on is the financial aspect, and that everyone should just, buy themselves out. And I have these same takes, and I did a video on the allogorithm cave. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but
he reacted to it. We reacted to it like the other day.
Oh, the full video?
Yeah, not yours, but different. The algorithm cave.
Right. But I went deep in on that shit, on the levels of mental complexity and all different types of things. And at the highest level of mental complexity, so everyone has this thing called their filter, right? So that 6 years old kind of thing, whatever your filter is, whether it's your religion, whether it's your environment, everyone is being programmed socially with some sort of filter. Yeah. And when you're on the first level of the cave, or the first level of that, you're attached to that filter. At the second level, you are still attached to that filter. You're now driving it. So you're pushing it out. You're projecting it on other people. You're defending it, etc. You're not just being programmed through it, but you're standing on it and representing it. At the third and highest level, you can change filters, and I say that to say it was a car metaphor in it. And on the first level, you're the passenger. On the second level, you're the driver. On the third level, you're the driver and the one who has control of the directions of the car. Yeah. So on the second one, you can understand how you're driving the car, but you're not controlling where it's going. What matters most is who's controlling where the car is going towards what. And I say that to say, most important. When you go into the financial aspect and saying, everyone buy themselves out, what strikes me about that is not that everyone can buy themselves out, but then you're also pushing another direction of
you're a slave.
Follow the financial, right? Your financial exact. Now you become
a
slave to the same money.
Same thing. You still
now you need the money for that freedom rather than. But you also. So I'm gonna let you answer on that because that was a lot. I'm gonna let you answer on that.
See, so they're basically saying just be a hobo, but
money,
then you won't have family.
Money's all you're seeking, and it's not about getting rich; it's about becoming wealthy, right? And wealthy is a life of abundance, right?
Wealth
and that
is
a life that is complete. So it's not just about money; it's a lifestyle.
Wealth is subjective.
Lifestyle from a life of slavery to a life of freedom. So you have multiple paradigms. You can have wealth, but you can have health. Right?
Yep.
And if you don't have health, does it fucking matter if you have $100 million to your name? It doesn't matter because you don't have that.
Because you're sick.
Okay, for me, it's relationships, right? Having relationships with people.
I want to be healthy, Chad. That's the most important thing to me.
Building connections, like these things matter to me.
You join the Discord, yes sir, LeBron.
Successful, I need to have all these things
in
a balanced state at all times.
Being healthy is the number one priority for me. That's the most important thing to me.
My principles, my relationships.
I can live off of 20,000 if I'm healthy. I'm good.
And I need to manage it very carefully because it is a powerful tool. If not, the tool starts to use you, right? And that's where the.
But if I'm healthy,
comes.
bro,
So
I'm
it's not
actually
so
I'm
much
happy,
to
bro.
focus on money.
Of course,
but
I'm
the
gonna
problem is
go for more money.
People's problems today could be solved if they had a little bit more money.
Yeah, that's true.
Nobody can disprove because people are broke, right?
That's
Most
true, but
people are poor.
Being healthy is like number one priority.
I need to figure out how I got to feed my kid, how I got to take the bus, how I got to do all this stuff that is just distractions. There is very little time to develop into the best person that you can be. So it's about eliminating those things in a positive way. And it's a balance thing. It's not like
they're talking about raising consciousness right now, Chad. Y'all wasn't ready for this.
For 3 weeks and then burn yourself.
Y'all wasn't ready for this. Hey, Frank, we be talking about this shit, man. Frank, this is the conversations we be having.
You got to
Frank, we said this already.
You could have the money, and still be in the rat race towards something.
Frank, we
Correct.
talked about
So,
this, bro.
That's why when I look at it or my takes on it, I think we this is where we can really get into it. Is that
Frank, we talked about
it
this,
starts
bro.
with who's programming who to do what.
All these
And as long as
distractions. You got to pay
your
bills,
own
take care of kids. You got to clock in. You
conscious
can't even
intentional
focus
agenda.
on
I
raising
call
your
it consciously
consciousness and
intentional. As long as you have your
working
own
towards what's
individualized,
most
conscious
important
and
to you in
intentional
life.
agenda towards something,
We talked about
then
this,
you
bro.
are free. Even if you don't, even if you have the money or you don't have the money, because we can show in different examples where it shows itself. Let's say I have financial advice. Young Don comes to the table. Okay, invest like this, and I say no, you can't invest like that. Before I even say, is
Facts.
his investing
Facts.
advice valuable? Can I use everything in my environment to push my agenda of financial freedom? That's just one example. So if I'm consciously using everything in my environment intentionally towards my direction, I can change, not direction of where I'm going, but I might be able to make a left turn to get there faster. See, this is a deep metaphor that I'm trying to use, but I said it to say, when someone is a bot to what they are, that's when they stay on the, you know what, Don, there's no investment advice you can give me because I've been making money on my investment advice. But the back door the front door has to always be open and always be able to be updated and upgraded and advanced.
Facts.
Or you just become a slave to whatever it is that you're directing yourself towards.
I feel like everything both of you
That's what I was
just
talking about
said
with truth.
makes sense.
When you're closed-minded, you
what about
can't
this?
you can't seek the truth.
After
Truth
you're able to
come.
feed yourself, pay your bills, meet all of the essentials, right? Money, any extra money on top of that is truly
No, it's not.
meaningless, trivial.
No,
Let me finish. Let
you
me
can't take
finish
a
what
private
I'm
jet.
saying.
You can't move to another country last second.
Let me finish what I'm saying. Let me finish what I'm saying. Right? Okay. I mean, what do y'all think happens when we die?
All right, connect
Okay,
this to
so-
connect
so-
this to
okay,
financial.
so
hang on.
Let's
Damn,
answer
that's
your
Big
money.
Booty
cuts
Davis.
Okay, so can we start with the money and then we can move to spirituality? Can we start there?
Right. I agree with that.
Okay, so what I would say is, you're talking out of inexperience.
Hey, Lo, just
What are you
listen.
talking
don't-
about?
I mean,
Me or Don?
are you sitting on $100 million?
Why do I need Why do I need
because-
$100 million?
because-
I have enough money in my
because-
bank account to not
Can I
work for the
finish?
next 6
Yeah,
months
no,
and be fine.
because money is-
Yeah, I think we're about to disagree on the severity.
Because-
what do you mean? What do you mean? Like,
Yeah.
in
Because-
my
hang
world,
on, bro, hang on.
money is used to pay
Because-
for
Right,
things.
and once you get enough,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
so Luke, now this is
So-
where you expand
so-
on the point.
so-
What's the difference between that 100 million and that
Because-
comfort level
because-
of I'm good?
because
I got
money-
my
Facts.
because money isn't always about you. It's about the impact that you can do with it.
Right.
And the problem is
agree.
once you start taking care of yourself, now the mission changed to I already did what I needed to do. I'm taken care of, but look at everybody around me.
Yeah.
yeah, but
Now
what
you have
happens
the
if you die? What happens if you die today? What happens if you die today?
Right, but hang on.
What-
but that's
what-
the
what
point.
happens if you die
We're
today?
talking
To
about
connect
money.
you two though, there's ways you can
We're
use your
talking
money
about-
to impact the others once you get your
Yeah,
own freedom.
so
And there's
we
ways you
live
can
on
use
an-
your influence that when you die.
Bro, let him talk.
Yeah.
Let him talk.
So
Like
we live
now,
on an
make a
economic
video, drop
planet.
somebody watch this shit 50 years from now.
So
And
we
that's
live.
what
So
we
we
do,
live
right?
in. Yeah. So we live on an economic planet, right? We understand that everything moves because we are on a financial system, and you need to play by the rules of the game. And the rules of the game dictate that if you have money, you therefore have power. That you therefore have
No,
influence.
that's not the rules of the game, brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the rules to you, Don?
I mean, I am explaining to you. You can't tell me an absolute based off of your worldview. It needs to, what I'm saying actually makes sense because the billionaires of the world, right?
Control
They're the
everything.
ones that are dictating everything that you believe in,
Everything.
right?
No,
So
that's not true. That's not true.
Okay.
All right, did the world
fine.
make it? Did the world make itself?
the reason you're reading the Bible in English is because King James, who had money, was able to hire all
Let
these
him talk, Don.
translate.
Don't worry about
Let him
the
talk.
Bible.
Unless he was
This is
king
not-
and unless
this
he
is
had
not
money,
true.
you
This
would
is
not be able to read the
Don't
Bible in
worry
English.
about the Bible.
Right? So somebody had to pay for that.
Don't worry
Somebody
about the
had
Bible.
to take the strides.
I'm asking you a simple question. Do you think
Lo about
the
to fall
world
asleep.
made itself?
What does that have to do with?
I don't know what.
Do
We're
you
just changing
think?
topics.
No,
Dominic,
no.
everything about Christianity, bro.
No, I'm making everything about God and the fact that we all die. Here's a guarantee. All 10,000 people watching this, what is this? 6 of us right here, we're all going to be dead. Very soon, relative to the span of human history. Don't you think that is, if something important happens after that, don't you think that should be the most pressing thing
what is it?
for us to. So I'm asking. That's why I'm
what
asking
is
you a
it?
series of simple questions.
So, and I'll
Do
respond
you
to
think?
you.
Okay. Do you think the
I'll
world
respond
made
to you.
it?
If you go to a mission trip, so I'll tell you, right?
Do you think
I've
the
been
world made
sponsoring
itself? Do you think the world
Okay.
made itself? That's
So-
my question.
I don't know what that means, but what I can tell you is that I've been sponsoring building wells in Liberia for the last 6 years, right? And for $10,000, I basically can
Moving
fund
check.
clean water to a village for life, right, in Liberia. So now that we're basically, by the year 2030, the entire country of Liberia is going to have clean water after the civil war that they went through. Now, you want to talk to people about spirituality, but you won't give them an apple. Right, they ain't focused on their souls if they can't eat right now, bro. So sometimes you need to be able to supply.
Facts.
Sometimes,
Nah,
sometimes you gotta-
dog, yeah.
you gotta be able to
Hey,
supply.
Jit
Sometimes
speaking
you have
facts.
to supply people's essentials
Give them
needs.
an apple
Hey,
so they live
Read
Luke is
Matthew,
speaking
read
facts.
Matthew, brother.
And
You the one
Where
even give
Jesus
him an
sat
apple.
down
Give him an
and
apple.
broke-
You talking
and
about
broke the bread and
spirituality.
broke the fish,
Give
and he
him-
fed the multitude. And after he had
Bro, listen,
blessed
y'all
the
gonna keep
food,
After he
and
What
blessed
did he say?
broke
What
it,
did he say?
then
What did he say
and
when
then he
people
spoke.
followed him? I read Matthew. What did he say
Then
when
he
people
spoke,
followed him across
right?
the lake? They followed
So-
across the sea because they wanted
After-
more food. And what did they see? So what did he say? Do not seek after the food that feeds the flesh. Seek after me because I feed the soul. That's
And
what
he
he said
fed-
when people came
and
back
he
to ask
still
for more
fed
money,
them,
or
Don.
ask for
You're
more
not
food.
feeding them.
What does it?
Let
What
them
does
make
it
the
matter
point.
if somebody can eat today and then spend an eternity burning and suffering forever in hell? And I'm saying if that is a possibility, that, and let's say it's true, right? Wouldn't that now take
not
the
gonna let him
highest
speak.
precedent of everybody's concern where they're going to spend eternity? Because any one of us can die at any point in time. Any one of us could die tomorrow, and it wouldn't matter how much money you have in the bank or if your belly is full or empty. All that matters is what is going to happen to your soul after the fact. And so that's why I was asking the question.
I agree with you, Don.
But that's why I was asking the question. Do you think the
I mean,
world?
if I
Let him
could
talk,
can I
Don.
finish, but can I finish the train of thought?
True if he chooses to use his money to
So-
leverage
so-
that in ways
so-
to help other people.
So what I would say is, like, let me just finish my train of thought, which is, you know, whether you want to talk about Jesus, whether you want to talk about whatever, it's if you can supply people's essential needs and you can actually care for them. And many times people don't care about what you have to say unless they know that you actually care for them, right? So establishing this initial connection with people, like, what are you going to go to the middle of Uganda where people are starving? And just gonna pass out some flyers,
and shit.
baptize them, and then go back to your fucking country 2 weeks later,
Does
feeling all
nothing.
good and shit?
No,
Well,
it does
okay,
absolutely nothing.
right?
No,
So
I'm seeing it as picking and choosing. I see it as both,
Bro,
right?
you know, and I'm not disagreeing
consciously
with
help
you.
People,
I'm only
Yeah.
saying this in
themselves.
response to my question of what is the most important thing. And if your response is food and water, and I'm not discounting the
No, he
importance
said,
of
that's
he
food
said
not
and
in
what I
water.
abundance. He said freedom. He didn't
that's
say
not
food
what I
and
said.
water.
What I said
I
is
see it
what I
as
said
both,
is what I said is before you begin talking spirituality, right? Because it's easy to say it when you have a couple $1 million in the bank account and you have the freedom to think about these
It
things.
is
But
easier
some people
for
are
a rich
actually
man to pass through the eye of a needle than to enter into the kingdom of heaven. That is not true. The more money you have, the harder it becomes to actually see God, because we live in a world, a fallen world, that is ran on money, as you correctly pointed out earlier.
Low and agent
But you
have
to
nothing to
understand
say right
that
now.
is man's world. Man's rule pales in comparison to God's rule. And my point is,
Nobody's
if you
disagreeing with you, bro.
get into a position where you feel like you can get out of any situation because you have so much money, that person is less inclined
Yeah, they both
to
facts.
seek God, because pretty much every problem
can be
they
two rights at one time.
The only time rich people get spiritual, not the only time, but a lot of
This
times,
man
is when
SNEAKO
they're on
making
their
a thumbnail.
deathbed, because they realize that they can't buy more life. But they'll
But how do you
continue
know how
running
many
and running
how
and
many
running.
rich people's deathbeds have you been next to make that
listen,
statement?
this is where I think
Probably
it all
none.
connects.
What do you?
Like,
Wait,
don't have
no,
to be
no. I'm
Christian.
saying,
You don't have
I'm
to be
saying,
Christian
I'm
to
saying
understand what you're
I'm
saying.
saying that you don't
What
see
is
a
this man
lot
drinking?
of wealthy evangelism. Wealthy
Maybe in your circle,
evangelism.
bro.
Well, okay,
Maybe in your
point
circle.
them out to me. Tell me.
Oh my God.
Tell me about
See, when people
because
start to say,
we
Maybe in
have
your
this,
circle,
we have
brother.
this platform. We have this platform. I'm talking about the importance of people's soul and eternity, and y'all want to talk about money.
No, listen, bro. This is where it disconnects. It can be.
I'm so
both,
glad
right? You
Taekwondo
go
is
on
here
one and say, hey,
to bring
like,
it all
don't
together.
Even worry about getting the newest shoes, the newest car, that new fancy thing. Do what makes you feel content with yourself and your relation to the world. Whether it's taking good care of a
I'm about to
homeless
subscribe
person,
to Taekwondo
whether it's,
after this.
living your life in a way that is consistent with your beliefs, that's fine. But then Luke is also saying that with the financial world that we have, with the cards that we're dealt, it's a certain way to play that, which can benefit both. Like you said, you honorably, you said you got the wells that give clean water towards that. You could look at that also as a spiritual act. He's using his money to leverage it towards benefiting people.
Look, man, all I know is that the initial when we started
exactly, it's not one or the other.
Right? When we started this conversation,
TYKWONDOE
I
gonna get
asked
us
a
up.
very honest and simple question about like the monkeypox thing, and I felt like
this man
bobbed
just
and weaved that. And then
No, you wanted to say that gay people are sinful because of the monkeypox.
no, that's not.
Well, I
what did he
didn't bob and weave it. I just don't have an opinion about it. Maybe I just don't care enough about it.
Yeah,
so can I truly not have an opinion about it?
Hearing all this and breaking
I
it
don't
all
have an
down.
opinion about everything.
Well, Don
so that's
got
why
his
I
one
just
side.
don't have an opinion.
Agent got nothing to say. SNEAKO smoking. He got ADHD. Can't sit down. Nothing wrong with that.
I don't have an opinion about it, brother.
Agent and low, and now
I don't have to have an opinion about it
because it's Luke.
I need a back massage. My chair ass.
The opinion is that it's
I'm gonna get some water. I'm dead ass.
What Luke is saying is he's not focusing on the distraction. He's
Why are you
focusing
getting
on the
mad,
game.
bro? He's saying it's a distraction. There's no point in saying that gay people are evil.
And not even that it's a distraction. Like, I don't have an opinion about it. I don't have to have an opinion about everything that I come across.
Right.
Like, maybe I just look and I'm like, okay,
what
well, it
Agent
is what it. Like, I'm not paying attention. I don't have the facts.
I just
so
had that
opinion.
same thought, and I was just ostracized on stream for not giving a fuck about everything that crossed my path.
Yeah.
Bro, I can't be asked to care about everything. There's certain things I care about, and most of the. You ever ask yourself,
So now we gotta
who the
discuss
fuck?
that.
How the fuck do you decide what you care about? Is it proximity? It got to be someone close to you. Does it have to affect you? But it's some things you just not gonna care about. It doesn't mean it's not important. It just means it's not for you to handle. I can't believe SNEAKO.
I think you're
criticize me
making-
for the same
right.
thing that Luke is doing, but you're not saying nothing to Luke right now.
No,
I think you're making the equivalent of not caring about something and choosing not to speak on it the same as saying you're avoiding it and dodging it.
I don't think that he doesn't care about the monkeypox, but the whole point about the monkeypox is meant to distract and make people like scared and fearful. It's part of a bigger plan. It's not specifically the monkeypox. It's overall why are they forcing this on us right now? Why are they talking about it? Why are people scared about it?
By
It's
that
the
same logic,
it's the
can't you
brainwashing.
argue that the trans conversation I was trying to have earlier with me, when you're
also
trying to get me
part
to
of
have
the
an
same
opinion
kind
on
of
that?
distraction.
Well, you don't
can't
even
that
have
be
any
a
opinion
distraction?
at all. You don't have any opinion at all.
But that Luke doesn't have an opinion on monkeypox. It's the same thing happening.
His opinion is that it's distraction.
Nigga, of course it's a distraction. Everything you do is a distraction from something else you could be doing. Everything could qualify as a distraction.
How to spit game?
No, it's-
I might
it's-
not subscribe. Then
no,
I know.
it's meant
I don't
to-
need to listen to somebody.
Say it again.
We're just choosing
Teach youngsters how to spit game. I might learn from him to spit game to other people.
Because here's why I agree with Young Don. That if you focus on the material gain
That's
too
crazy.
much, you start to lose your soul. You start to lose your idea of your purpose in life. But that's where it becomes. It stops.
That's
right
why I
there,
hate
because
streaming
Luke's
on a
not saying
freaking
that,
MacBook,
get the
bro.
biggest, get
My shit at
100 million,
29%,
you're the
bro.
fucking guy,
We
and
finna
you can
thug it
live
out,
your
though,
life
bro.
with just freedom.
And I'm afraid if I unplug something,
It's that if you use
might
that with
not
intention,
be
if
able to
you leverage it, and the
charge
same way
that
that
thing.
people use it in a corrupt way, you can use it in a beneficial way.
Luke, you have
Yeah,
no opinion.
and
there's nothing-
and you
there's
know,
nothing
if we talk
intrinsically-
about
Luke,
if
I
we
have
talk
no
about the
opinion about
Bible,
Moral about an abundance of wealth, of money.
and if we talk about the Bible, God used kings just as much as he used shepherds,
Yes,
and just as much
did.
as he used prophets that had nothing and were in
Yes.
the wilderness. Like, God can use anybody. You just have to be willing to be used.
I
And you
got
have to figure
a
out
hard drive
what
plugged in. I
like
don't know if
God
I
is
can
asking
unplug
from
it.
you. Like, if you believe in a higher
you know how it's a
power,
proper
however
way to
you want
unplug the,
interpret that
hard
That's not
drive.
true.
yourself.
You have an opinion about the monkeypox.
I mean, I think it's
Yeah, do we
bullshit,
not
but
focus
like,
on the bullshit?
there's
It's
nothing
fucking
I'm
bugs,
carried.
bro.
It's like, that's dumb shit. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't know.
Well, yeah, your
we
opinion
talked
is that
about
it's
it on
dumb.
here.
It's not that you have no opinion. You're saying that it's dumb and it's brainwashed.
That's
The
no-
difference between Agent is he's not even choosing a side about trans
Bro,
people.
You don't need to
you are
choose a
making a
side,
huge leap
SNEAKO.
here,
What are you
SNEAKO. Me and him
saying?
are in the exact same position, but you're finding a way to argue on his behalf.
Oh,
while
are you saying
criticize
trans
me.
people are bullshit?
Being biased.
Are you saying trans people are bullshit? You're saying
I'm saying I'm not informed enough to have an opinion.
The
SNEAKO,
difference is you're
bruh.
saying you're uninformed
Somebody
about
get
trans
SNEAKO.
people. Luke is very well informed about monkeypox.
Okay,
I'm
hold
scared
on,
to
hold on.
unplug
Wait,
my
let's say-
USB.
Luke, what do you know about monkeypox? Since you're very well informed.
I know that the World Health Organization declared it a global crisis last week, that it is mostly spread through the homosexual community, about 93% of it, that they have a vaccine that they're trying to push
Some people
for it
told me
now
that's
in
not
New
true.
York, and that is about it. That's the facts that
That's
I know.
surface level knowledge, though. Is that what you call knowing something?
That's not even the point. The point was my point, right? Because I spoke to Luca initially before this.
Hey, Frank,
right?
let me know.
And
Can I unplug
initial
my
impression of
USB
him was that this was a very honest person
and
who
plug
just
in
says
my
it like
charger?
it is. And so
It's a
just to
flash
be
drive,
honest,
a USB
I felt
flash. I can
bit
unplug that because you know how it's a proper way to unplug it, and it's going to be like improper
I wasn't
unplug.
asking you to give me your opinion
Let
on
me know, bro.
homosexuals or people
Why
who
do you
live
have
homosexual.
expectations?
I'm gonna do that when the video get to like 20%.
I mean, I've had one conversation with you.
No,
I don't think that's fair.
No, I just asked you to give a very honest opinion on my opinion. I wasn't asking you to give an opinion on monkeypox or the homosexual community. I posed to you. I said to you, "Hey,"
and I gave you my
noticed,
opinion.
No, you didn't. You didn't
it's
say
not good
anything.
enough for you.
You
That's
didn't
what it
give
is.
me.
It's
You
not good
said
enough.
you don't have an opinion. That's what you said.
And
so,
is that okay?
Then so you go from that to
Yeah, I do it
saying a
all the time
bunch
too,
of
but
what I
I'm on
perceived
streaming
as
on OBS.
nothing,
You think it'll mess up the stream?
like it really didn't sound like you were saying anything for a while, and then that's why I was like, all right, but what?
It's still at
is
29% though. We
important
GGs.
here, right? Because when
Chat, they breaking it down, man. We got Agent Low, Taekwondo, SNEAKO, Young Don and Sauce guy, and we got Crypto Genius Nico or Luke or whatever his name is, breaking down the Matrix, Manosphere, LGBTQ community, breaking down the world.
And so, you know, I just gotta be honest.
And the difference
With me to commentate on it.
The difference between Agent not speaking on trans people and Luke not speaking on monkeypox is different because Luke is aware that he's informed about it and it just knows that it's not important. Agent is just choosing to not like.
I told you I don't care. It's the same thing, Sneako.
It's the same thing.
You're
No,
just
you said you're
defending
not
him.
informed about trans people. You said
Right,
you haven't done research.
run the
you
clip
haven't read
back.
enough
I said
papers
I
to clearly
don't
talk
care
about it.
enough.
Sneako, it's
run
the same
clip back. I
thing.
said
Shut
I don't
up, bro.
care enough to have an opinion on it. Just
It's
rewind.
okay. It's okay
on
not to
your
care,
stream.
bro. It's okay
I'm
not
telling
to
you
care
what I
enough.
said. He said the same
He wants
thing
him
I'm
to pick a
saying,
side
but
so
just
bad.
defend
For
me
what?
too if you're gonna defend him.
Monkeypox. You said you're not informed.
He's
about
not
trans
informed.
People.
He just said surface level shit and said that's all I know about it. Is
How
that
is surface
informed?
level? What else would you know about monkey? You want to know like the
if
details
that's
about
what
it does to
qualifies
you?
as informed, then I'm informed on a lot more things than I
It
thought
is
I
the
was.
same thing.
I watched one video on the Cobalt situation. I don't think I'm informed. I just know surface level knowledge. I watched the same video I think Luke watched from Jake Tran. That doesn't make me informed on the topic. I don't know.
Shout out to Jake Tran though.
Yeah, shout out to Jake Tran. I subscribe to him.
He's
I'm about to start reacting to his
knowing
videos.
surface level knowledge that like you could just see on Twitter or on IG is not the definition of informed.
So then how
In my
informed do you have to
perspective-
be to speak on something?
And look, that's a fantastic question. I think each person draws the line differently.
What's your
I feel
line?
like if I feel confident enough, this is how I think about things. If I could fluently speak on the topic the way Don is speaking on Christianity, then I think that I'm informed enough to speak on it. But I feel like when you have to stop to think, that means there's a lot of things you haven't figured out about that specific topic, and it might be too early for you to speak on it. So when Don is going in on his stuff, I'm Muslim, but I've just
He pressing
recently in the
Agent
last
'cause he
6
want Agent
months
to pick
been
a side,
practicing
bro.
more. There's a lot of things
Like
I'm
Low picked a
uninformed
side.
about that I want
He trying
to
to
be
make
more
a
informed
point.
on, so I refrain from talking on it.
With the
It's not
sides
that I don't
that
have an
they pick.
opinion. It's just that when things are important, I'll inform myself. But just keep it a buck, though. Me and Luke is in the same position right now, but you're defending him and you criticized me earlier. It is what it is, but
I disagree. I think he has a stance on it. The stance is that monkeypox is distraction, and you said that you don't even have an opinion about trans people at all.
Nico, please run it back. I told you I don't care enough to have an opinion. I said it twice. Please go back and find the clip
why
where
do
I
you
said
not
that.
care enough to have an opinion? Luke has an opinion about monkeypox. Is that it's bullshit?
Bro,
Okay,
I think
I
this
don't
is
have an
cool, Jack.
opinion
We
because
get
it
back to
doesn't concern me.
But
So if maybe if I had trans friends, it might concern me. It's just not the thing I've decided to spend my time learning about. And it doesn't mean that it's not important to anybody. It just means that that's not what I've spent my time caring about. It is what it is. But you're trying to illustrate the differences between the trans thing with me and the thing Don and Luke was going on about. Bro, they're symmetrical, but for some reason you can't see that. And I think that's like, that kind of shows that you're willing to argue for the sake of arguing. And that means that you can't be as honest and in search of the truth as you say you are. Because if you was in search of the truth, you'd be like, all right, there actually is a lot of similarities between what happened. You either defend me too,
No, because
or
I know
you
that's not
criticize
true.
Luke for
Luke
dodging
and I did a
Don's
whole
questions.
video. We spent a 45-minute video looking at the monkeypox and researching it and looking at the World Health Organization and what they were talking about. So I know that's not true.
45 minutes is not informed,
So
though.
what's informed to you?
listen, bro, the point
Bro, you
is,
gotta be
though,
able to
like,
speak on it fluently.
Wait, but the point wasn't about whether or not you were informed about the trans things, or it was Luca was informed about the monkeypox thing, right? That was look, I ain't mean to kill the stream, man. I ain't mean to kill the stream. I just like I'm an honest person. You feel me? I felt like I saw a string of behaviors that I didn't like, and then I got like, and I was like, all right, let's talk about something that I actually feel like is,
I'm back.
You know, is worth talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like.
What did I miss?
But
Listen, you want me to be real, bro?
SNEAKO.
You want me to be real? This comes to our conversation that was also happening with Luke and all that. Is that your attachment to your standpoint comes with, and this happens to anybody. I'm not saying I'm free for this because I had to check this in myself, which is why I can so easily see it in others. Your attachment to your standpoint creates preconditions for what somebody is like when they disagree with you. For example, you said I spoke to Luke. You said
Don, that's true. That's true. Shut up.
I took him as a guy who speaks the truth holistically.
Yeah.
And when he didn't want to speak on monkeypox, that came with a bunch of assumptions that when he chose not to do it, based on the homosexual factor of that, you know, when you spoke about the statistics and what that alludes to, that he was walking on eggshells trying to duck the topic or standpoint.
Yeah.
So you're using that to also judge his character from that.
Which you shouldn't.
Agent, what's your question?
Did you not want to talk about it because it was a tough, rough topic, or do you just not care? And then if you can't accept the answer based on that, then you're just judging him. You're condemning him before even
SNEAKO, do you feel like there's any topics or truths in the world that you don't have an opinion on?
I'm
like what's something that's happening? You're like vaguely aware it's happening, but
I don't know anything. I don't know what's happening in Japan. I don't know what's
Facts.
happening
What up,
in
Kumada?
Japan. I don't know what's happening in South America.
Like you're assuming that like if he doesn't care,
Kumada Kudu.
just because it's
What up? That's facts, ain't it?
Bro, that wasn't that. No, I'm telling you, I get what you're saying, bro. But that wasn't. That wasn't
they don't talk about them. That
wasn't like
ducking.
It's not. That was not the problem, bro. That was not the problem. What you said was very logical. All right, but it's not.
Don, he's telling the truth, and you just can't be wrong.
It is what it is,
bro. If you put it in the name of Jesus, Don would. You can't argue with him if it's in the name of Jesus, bro.
Right?
Fuck.
We came on talking about, said, let's have a conversation about the Matrix.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, cool. Let's red pill some people, right? Let's actually talk about, right? Let's talk about what's going on. I don't know. I don't even think I was the person who brought up the topic of monkeypox. I might have been, but it's a relevant conversation.
Right.
And I noticed a very interesting phenomena going on, right? Something that has been public knowledge for the past 2 months, has been swept under the rug, and now they're pivoting it in a way that, you know, now it's something we all need to be concerned about. We all might be getting locked in the house.
Yeah, Luke, that's not true. That's not true. You definitely have an opinion about the monkeypox.
Wait, let me finish, right? Boom. I'm like, okay, do you think that there is some kind of agenda being pushed here where it's like, why is it that this hasn't been talked about? Is there a correlation between trying to protect this community? Because there is what people really don't want to talk about, and this is where I felt the Matrix part was coming into play, was what people really don't want to talk about is this lifestyle that is being pushed as normal and healthy is making people sick. It happened with AIDS. It's happening again. There's it statistically just year by year, year after year. They usually have the highest rates of certain
what he
STDs.
just said?
What is that all coincidence? Luca,
oh my God, I might have to turn the stream off.
Do you think there's I've been watching too much basketball. Luke, do you think there's a correlation between them silencing that and trying like to protect this community when there is something? And then he goes, well, you're talking for him now. Then he says a bunch of words and then he's like, I don't have an opinion, right? And then that made me go,
can you see this?
Wait, and then that made me go, huh? And then we started talking about, and then it just felt like a lot of, for lack of a better word, grifting. It just felt like a lot of talking about nothing. And then I was like, I can't in good faith sit here, feel like there might be a grifter selling all these impressionable young people who look up to SNEAKO like BS. And then then push them down the road of financial slavery and chasing money and all that. Like, that's going to give you any freedom in life, when I also just morally believe that is most certainly not the most important thing to focus on. And so that was it. I wasn't trying to, like, you know, make things weird or anything.
So that was your opinion. Yeah. That was your opinion, and I expressed my opinion. You just didn't resonate with it.
Yep.
And therefore, you judged me based off of that.
What opinion did you give? Your opinion was, I don't have an opinion. And then you said,
and that upset you.
I'm not, no,
that's an opinion.
It didn't. It set off a red flag. It didn't upset, bro.
What red flag?
I don't care.
No, you don't even know.
I'm saying, I ain't an idiot.
What red flag, bro?
Bro, I
agree with you.
I know.
What? Can you see this? That's another chess piece on the board of the game itself.
This is why we need
Whether
Taekwondo.
You sit here and disagree with him and say, well,
He that middle ground.
Right. Let's say
we got two extreme people, two listeners on the top.
Apparently,
SNEAKO,
he's a 100-millionaire.
three extreme people
through crypto. Maybe he got things in the works. That,
extreme
like,
SNEAKO, extreme Don, TYKWONDO in the middle, AGENT00 with the logic, and my boy in the bottom left with the conspiracy.
I can respect that, but then
W podcast, bro, or whatever you want to call the stream. This one of the best streams I've watched in a minute, baby. I ain't even eat. I ain't even drink water. You ain't even been watching it. Yes, sir.
For like 4 minutes.
What did I say?
I didn't hear anything.
This is crazy, bro.
John,
relax,
bro. If you didn't hear anything,
bro.
then why do you have an opinion about it? If you didn't hear anything, why do you have an opinion about it?
My opinion is like, you said a whole bunch of nothing. You feel me? You said a whole bunch of nothing, and then like
you're standing so close. This might be for everybody. Listen. You're looking at the chess pieces, the opponent, and the player. You need to see the game.
I don't see nobody as my enemy.
No.
I don't see nobody as my enemy. I'm thinking I can't sit here and just listen to what sounds like grifting.
So what's more important?
What?
What's the overarching boom?
I need to, when I hear a grifter, I gotta call it out, bro. I gotta call it out because we got 11,000 people watching this. And I don't want, and then people's souls is at stake. Remember, that's also what I believe.
And again, that's
then you should be looking at yourself. Then brother, I recommend you look at the mirror, because instead of watching all that NBA, you should be on the street preaching your word. If you care so much, so don't come to me. Now the excuses.
What do you mean excuses?
You're in the circus. You're in the circus watching the distractions.
I evangelized the man I sat beside on the plane today on the way over here from Texas. 1, 2. I spoke to 2 people. I spoke to 2 people yesterday about getting saved. 3. I have a YouTube channel that gets hundreds of thousands of views where I talk about this nonstop. I get messages talking about people turning around their lives for Jesus. So don't try and say I'm a hypocrite. 1, that's cap, big cap. And 2, like, bro, I ain't gonna sit here and like let 11,000 people be misled, both down just by grifting, and then on top of that down to damnation. Like, that's just what I believe.
Right. Now,
and so
now,
like, you know what I'm saying?
As a man, you should be able to do that though. As a man, you should be able to say, yo, I think that's bullshit. So now, Luke, we've been talking.
I think you could argue that him going outside and preaching is not nearly as effective as him dropping a video and thousands of people seeing it. And
the point is there's times where people just hang out and they live their life and priorities change and stuff like that. So, you know, you can always find fallacies in other people's lives, but for you to come and call me a grifter when you know nothing about me or what I've done is just ridiculous, because I would never judge you without really getting to know you. So let's break some bread one day. I guess we will agree on more things than we disagree, and we should focus on that. And then we make the world a better place together. But like, you know, if there's 11,000 people watching, then let's switch the conversation to something that we agree on and make this like a delightful time.
I see it as you may specialize in the financial department. Let's say Don specializes in spiritual department. That's where, you know, the religious Christians, the Christian department.
Facts, bro. When I get this new PC, we got to get on this right here, bro. You know, get on Discord, chat that chat, real talk. Wake up some folks. You know what I'm saying? Bring some people with us, bro. To the it sounds crazy, but to the light. You know, wake people up.
I came on here knowing I was going to have this conversation.
When I get this
with people
PC,
with
bro, we
different
got to do
beliefs
it, bro.
than me.
We could do it right now, honestly.
I
Get on
did
Discord and do it right now,
Gospel
honestly.
music when he was playing Chief Keef, bro. I don't have a problem
That's
with
exactly
people
what
with
we
different.
doing right now.
Talking about the Bible all goddamn day. Ain't gonna lie, bro. I've never heard someone talk
I'm
about
saying this is
Christianity
what
more
we
And
than
I
should be
appreciate that. Thank you.
I'm saying this is what we
just
should be doing.
everybody we talk to. You've been talking about the Bible all day.
Oh well. Apparently, I'm a hypocrite according to Luke. I don't talk about the Bible to nobody, barely.
No, he definitely talking about the Bible.
That was a
That's
joke.
not what I
That
said.
Don definitely stands.
That was cheap. That was cheap. I'll give you that. That's cheap. But the way
I mean, that's not what I said.
But listen, brother, if you stand on spirituality prevails through all, and Christianity is what I stand on.
I don't mind people talking about these topics.
You ain't let him
bro.
finish though.
I don't mind
When he was going
talking
into the
about these
financial
topics.
part.
I don't mind.
He only even went to the spiritual because I said, well, if you push
All right,
somebody
let me
that
ask
takes
you
too
something.
much
Let me
money-
ask you something.
If you
If
push
you
somebody that takes
heard
too much
me,
money,
if you heard me saying something, and you thought I was being disingenuous, you would really just sit here and just let me continue talking? You would impress me or
no,
poke it or
we both win at it.
So that's all.
We both win it. I said,
So that's all I'm
if
saying. That's
you
all I
focus
did.
too much on
That's
the money.
all
And
I
Luke replied.
did.
Luke,
That's
you had an
all
answer for that.
I
You
did,
said
bro.
that we live in a financial world, and then that's where you disagree. We live in a spiritual world, and then I said it's both, and then that's where we got now.
That's all I did.
I didn't
I
say.
can
I
also
said
say
we.
this.
I said. I say. I said
You
we
know what
live.
it is. You know what it is. When
I
you
said-
started. When you started trying.
Brother,
to
you've
dis-
you've
when
let
you-
nobody
when you-
you've let nobody speak for the last 30 minutes. You love listening to yourself,
I
don't
do,
you?
I do.
Bro, there's
I love it.
another
I love it.
there's
I
another
love it.
4 people here. You can let them talk as well.
Turning the mic to him the whole time. Like every time you lead him.
Like,
Look
maybe
at his
let's
legs
listen
right
to
now,
somebody
bro.
else
Like,
in
I
the chat
took over the
talk.
whole stream.
Now, Luke gotta definitely get the floor.
The guy in the top right. Nice to meet you. What do you think, brother? I haven't heard from you the whole time. It has the could been.
He's just laughing.
He's just
Low.
laughing.
Hey, I got 5 other intelligent people in here. Hold me accountable. Am I tripping? Do y'all think I'm tripping?
So
I think we
you
can talk about
saying
something
he
else
like
now.
trying to get people. I say people focus too much on the money. That also becomes another issue. But I don't think he was trying to bait people to his course and manipulate people. To
I don't
say,
even have. I don't have a
chase-
course.
That's what I'm saying.
I've never had
Is
a
that
course.
what you were saying? Like he on some get the money, get the bag shit. That's what it sounded like you were saying.
That wasn't. I didn't say that yet.
But Don get lost in the sauce
Or
too
not of
much.
course, but
Lo, are you awake?
saying
That's
that
a point right
SNEAKO
there.
has a platform.
What is
Bro, you
what is
good?
a what is a grifter? What is a
Right,
grifter?
Young
like,
Don in the
what
sauce
was
guy.
what
I'm
you were alluding
awake.
to a
I'm
conclusion.
I am awake, but
Lo, what do you think? What do you think?
from I think that
Let's get it, low. Drop some.
I think especially since we talking about
Drop some knowledge.
fucking what's it called distractions. I think everybody's distracted right now,
No
ironically. And then B, I understand what Young Don is saying, especially if that was the same energy that was kept to us in the begin with, because he basically said he doesn't care when he asked him a point blank question that could have just been answered off rip. He could have just answered it. Like we wouldn't even go down this path if he didn't just answer it. I don't think he's a grifter, but he clearly is pointing out that he doesn't have that much. He doesn't really care as much because he views it as a distraction. My question to people when we always go down this path is what is the end goal? That's why I asked Nico about what his end goal is. So to Luke, what is the end goal? Because I also agree with. I also it's
What is the end goal to what?
But well, let me just say this. I also agree with Young Don that understandable about having certain level of finances and being able to affect and impact certain people, but there is a certain point where, like, what is the point of having the endless amount of money? That to me
what's
doesn't
the
really
point?
make any sense, especially when there's
What are
maybe
we
other and more
supposed to do
impactful
with
ways to reach people. So what is the end goal to waking up or being in a matrix or not being in it? Because by the logic in which we can keep going down this rabbit hole, then I would ask, then if you don't want to participate in the matrix, then why are you even here? So what is the end goal?
There is no end goal. The end goal is that it's a continuous process of growth and self-development, and that a lot of people live under the rules and regulations of other men. And every system that's around you was created by somebody. It is a fictitious created system. And when you understand that, you now start understanding that you can play by different rules, that you're not bound by the same rules and the bullshit that everybody else is bound by. And then you can actually start focusing on other things, like your mindset, your spirituality. All these things are important. But for us to completely invalidate that most of the world lives in poverty, that they need to feed themselves, need to do certain things in order to get out, that is not anything terrible
in
to
many
think.
ways more than not just having enough money.
No, I get
100%.
I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is, okay, so you're financially liberated, right? How do you then continue that status without also playing within the game?
You have to play within the game, but you're not bound by it. That's the purpose. It's like
so you're not bound by it. Okay.
You're
not bound by it.
A lot of people don't even see that it's a game.
Just like think about how many people, bro, go and get a job and they go to university just because they've been told these things. Right?
No, we all agree that.
And that's the point. It's like
you
can have these type of conversations and people are like, okay, cool. Like I resonate with this. I resonate with this. This makes sense. 50 years ago, when people all they could watch was a fucking television, it was 4 channels. Everybody thought the same way. Everybody believed the same thoughts. Everybody was indoctrinated. Right now, we have these platforms where everybody has different opinions and people view different things. I've been to 40 countries around the world. I've seen culture. I've seen different people be happy with different things. I've seen terrible parts of religion. I've been to Haiti. I've seen crazy satanic shit over there. Like I've seen a ton of stuff. So it's not that I'm discrediting this, right? I come from a family that were missionaries in communist Cuba, bro. I was born in a fucking in South America, and they put me in a fucking bread basket, bro. I come from nothing, so I've seen the importance of spirituality and all these things, bro. But I've also seen the importance of giving people the necessary resources to live life. And with that, you can have more impact. The more you have, the more impact you can make, positive or negative.
Lamza, shut the fuck up about Lamza. We're talking about.
What do you think?
I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is that if you always believe that there's another step to the matrix where somebody else is always controlling it. For example, like if you want financial liberation, let's just say you bought a bunch of houses and you rent them out, so now you have the freedom to not do anything and still have like passive income, for example. Would you not still be bound to the concept of the housing market? Hot,
though.
Yeah, of course. There's always some sort of consistent reinventing yourself in order to keep up with the system changing. Like that's the name of the game. That's why it never stops. But it's not this mouse and cat type relationship that I'm pursuing. It's this idea of like living with freedom where you can do whatever it is that you want to do. A lot of people can't do what they want to do in life, bro. Like that's the name of the game. That's true.
I think we all agree with that. I just think that my problem, not problem, but my constant question I have, similar to what, I don't know if necessarily Don was saying this, but I agree that there still is an end goal to what we're doing. So what is that end goal? And so if you're saying that there isn't anyone,
the end goal is for the next generation to be better than the one that was before.
I do.
Hold on, one question.
Like,
so you said 3 different things so far. I think the first time you were asked, you said independence and so like self-reliance. Yeah, and then the second time you said there is no end goal, like there's always some more. And then this is your third new answer.
But how, you think freedom is just acquired? No, freedom needs to be consistently earned.
So wouldn't the answer just be freedom?
But you're also focusing on the financial aspect of how the world can control.
I feel like we making it overcomplicated, bro. You get paid for offering goods and services. Acquire a skill that pays a certain amount of money so that you can maintain a certain, like, I feel like we, and feed your family. Boom, that's the money. Now, after that's taken care of, now if you want to fixate on becoming $100 millionaire or a multi-millionaire for whatever, I'm not even going to say, money isn't the root of all evil. It's the love of money is the root of all evil. I'm not saying you're a bad person or evil person because you're smart and know how to make a lot of money. I'm saying, like,
you should focus on
at the end. Like, I don't like this idea of like demonizing just regular work. You feel me? It's like, bro,
who demonized that?
No, this is what I was going to say.
Nobody demonized that.
Because that
would be statement about 100 million. He said it's because of inexperience. What did that mean, though?
That you need that there's levels of mindset that you need to develop in order to achieve certain levels of wealth. Like that's just different. There's different people with different information, and based off of the information that they have, they operate. So you're operating based off of your information and operating based off of mine.
I'm saying that this is a known fact for.
I don't know. It's like I came into the chat supposed to talk, and like you're like being aggressive at me just because I have a different opinion, brother. It's like chill the fuck out, bro.
No,
let's talk about something positive.
Hey, that's God energy. You gotta let God be God. Y'all gotta. But the reason I asked that though is because when you backlash with that, it's because of inexperience. Where's your 100 million at? It kind of that really showed that you do focus a lot on that financial aspect.
Yeah, but you can't be talking about the life of a billionaire if you're not a billionaire. That's what I'm talking about.
It wasn't about the billionaire.
That's the point.
It was about freedom.
I'm saying,
my
look
goodness.
at Elon Musk, right?
Oh my goodness.
Billionaire, right? Wife leave him. his son is a girl now.
His son also rejected him.
Disown him. It's like, yo, look at Bill Gates. Look at all these people. All these same people, yo.
I did not know that Elon Musk
about being in the Matrix and
wife left
creating the Matrix is the people y'all are trying to become. It's like, what? No, listen.
Different intentions. Those people are men of God, though.
Right, but Luke's expertise, right? You're very financially savvy, right? And I'm pretty sure you're smart to where you use that to where you've gave it to give you some financial freedom, and you use that to your actual freedom to think, to say what you want, to live the life that you want, and that if people had that individuality, they would be cool. And where the Take Me and Don are saying is that people get that, and they're not
just
free.
money, bro. Because because it wasn't because money is not the only ingredient.
That's a tool. Because then somebody could use the money to hold over your head.
I agree.
I'm a little
money
curious,
isn't the only ingredient.
Not to cut you off, I'm just trying to understand. We've been talking a lot about money. I'm listening more than I'm talking because I kind of want to understand where you're coming from. I feel like I have a lot to learn by listening to you. Why is there less focus? So Don's more focused on spirituality. I think I'm becoming more like that too. But why not focus on overall happiness? Because I feel like if you attain spirituality, that comes with you being content and happy. I feel like there's no real amount of money you make before you're really happy about it. There's always more. But why is like happiness not been like a focus in these conversations for you?
Since the beginning, yep.
Okay, so first I would say it's because we're developing the thought. So now we'll transition to like the emotional side. So happiness, 95% of the happiness in your system biochemically is produced by one chemical, right?
What, dopamine?
One chemical. That chemical is formed in your gut. Do you guys know what it is? Serotonin.
Serotonin,
if you have a healthy gut because you have a healthy lifestyle, you eat correctly, biochemically, you are 95% on your way to have good chemistry and balance. Therefore,
Down was saying
producing
something like
happiness,
this.
right?
You don't even know how to know to do that.
You don't exactly, right? So it's the life of balance in every aspect, right? You need wealth, but you also need intelligence. You need health, right? You need the ability to think. So it's not just money. So we can talk about health, right? Because I went through a 2-year phase in my life where I was about 195, almost 200 pounds. So I needed to get myself educated. Now the important thing to me was, okay, money. It was like, damn, like I'm looking at myself in the mirror. I'm like, bro, this ain't right. Like you shouldn't be out here eating this type of food. You're addicted to this. I sugar withdrawals. So I'm like, okay, now I need to focus on my health. Right.
I be having
to
sugar
me,
withdrawals.
it's
I'm not gonna
persistent pursuit of becoming better and better and better.
I do definitely.
But a lot of
eating that much
people,
sugar.
money is one of those first ones. For another person, it can be health. But it's different. People have different objectives. What I'm saying is, the conversation was just initially
most
money.
people probably
so
addicted.
You guys
to
want to
sugar.
talk about health? We can talk about health. Want to talk about spirituality? We can talk about that. I don't know. I don't care. But I think it's important. I think money and happiness is all important, but it's different stuff.
Because a lot of things he's saying, I say as well, but you fucking on my dick about it. Because I said the same thing. I said the same thing. I said the same thing. I know. I said the end goal for people are different objectives. I said that, and I said that it doesn't really matter. The core of what you have is what we all have already established of what we need to get to. It's about what is your objective in life.
Yes.
So people have different objectives as nuances that's based off of what somebody else wants to do. But at the end of the day, many people like myself don't really care about it.
What don't you care about?
What somebody else's end goal and objective is. If that's what they want to do, then that's what they want to do. What they want to do with it.
I agree.
It sounds like Luke's end goal seems to be like financial stability and freedom, so that he doesn't have to be bound by the same terms that a lot of other people who don't have that wealth are bound by. It seems like Don's is spirituality, and he's focused more on the next life than this one.
I gotta keep the lights on too, brother. Like I'm not.
Yeah, I'm just saying what your focus is.
I'm not trying to knock the importance of being able to feed yourself.
Of course, but what your focus is doesn't mean that you can't also be doing other things. It's just what takes priority in your life.
What's the most important?
So I think if we all have different priorities and different focuses, we all also have different truths. I think that we're all low-key saying the same thing.
Yes.
We all kind of believe that generic shit you're taught, where you had to grow up and then go to school and get a job and live that life, is ass. And there's so many other ways to get it nowadays.
Hey, just so you know, I got something for Luke. This will really like clear some things up for me personally. Do you feel like a man can be physically like in prison, but free mentally, but like, you know, consciously free?
100%. Okay. 100%. I think you're not because wealth is a state of
shit,
wealth is a state. Wealth is a mindset, bro. Like, and everything that comes from it is just a stem of who you are as an individual. And yeah, you can be incarcerated and redeem yourself and become the hero of your story, bro. Like that can 100% be the case. So it's not about money, it's about becoming better, bro. But money is part of it. And now you're in prison. It's a tool. Now you're in prison. That no longer is part of your equation. Okay, then you have to recalibrate the equation.
Right. I agree.
But for us people that are here, yes, 100%, bro. But I think it looks differently to different people. You talk about somebody that comes from a village in
Chat, let me know, man. We've been on it for a minute.
In India, working a job in a restaurant. That to them could have been success, right? Because of where they came from and how the cards were dealt. It's not about private jets and all this bullshit. It's not about that. But it's about that becoming better on a consistent basis. You know?
I have a question. Do you think that person who's just running like a store, like some supermarket, do you think that person working there? Because we talked a lot about being programmed, and we get programmed in small ways, like where the food is on the aisle, like the amount of science that brilliant people use to try and trick you to buy their product is consumerism. We all participate in it. You got a Balenciaga fucking sweater on. Like we all have expensive things that we don't need that are extravagant and excessive. Agreed. You feel me? But by that logic, we're all being kind of programmed. We're all falling to these influence. You talked. I had a binge eating issue. I gained a lot of weight. I'm losing weight. I'm trying to be more aware of the different ways.
We can talk about the weight aspect, because I love to talk about fasting. I love to talk about the biochemical aspect to that and the spiritual side of that, because before I did content creation and focused on what I do now, I was a cell and molecular biology major in college, for the pre-med track. So a lot of the way I used to use that was I would talk about, fasting and, all types of, superfoods.
We finna start lagging.
Antioxidants, free radicals, and all the things of the body. So I see that as the same way I put that in my message, the same way Luke may put the financial part into his message, because you might love numbers, you might love math, you might love that, and then that's what you bring to the table and you connect it to all other things. So Don, to that point, that's where I say, like, this is literally what it should look like. This is how everybody should be, like. But at first it did seem as if you were pushing people towards of, like, chase the bag, chase the bag, chase the bag, chase the bag, and they're another part of the rat race that they were from to begin with. They never won with their soul. So
what's the point of the
by chasing that money?
What is the point of the Balenciaga shirt? Because that also doesn't make any sense.
Well, it doesn't make sense. When I was poor, I promised myself two things: that I would buy nice t-shirts and eat at any restaurant that I wanted. So those are my two promises to myself, that when I got rich, I would just splurge on those two things. And those are the two things I splurged on.
So wouldn't that logic mean that you were participating in the Matrix then?
100%. Sometimes I indulge, brother. What does that have to do with anything? Sometimes I just want to buy a nice t-shirt. I mean, you indulge on the Matrix just by being on the internet, just by existing. Yeah. What I'm talking about isn't you have to live in the system, is the fact that you're bound by it. A lot of people are bound by it.
I think what Lo's trying to say is that there's levels to consumerism, and some people participate more than others. But I think buying because I had that same hoodie. I mean, that same shirt. I bought it for. I have the hoodie version that I bought it for a video where my friend was styling me. But that's just value that we all decided that thing has. If nobody gave a fuck about that brand, then it would really have $0 worth of value.
Exactly.
But I think
I
think it's different to different people, because I
this is
was
good,
talking
bro.
about this on stream yesterday.
People starting to wake up, bro. This has never been the case.
How you perceive money also has to do with how you get it. So if you work,
there's no
for
way
example,
these type of conversations were being had by
this shirt's $500,
creators with
and
such
that took you 50 hours
audiences.
To make you look at the shirt and you're like, damn, this is expensive, because you correlate it with the time that it took.
Look how many people watching.
Now
11,000 people watching.
And I got it $500 and I didn't have to do anything for it, then okay, I'll go buy this because it didn't
people
cost
waking up,
me
bro.
Anything, right? It was just there.
If you believe in that end time stuff, hey, it might be coming.
Who knows? I don't know.
Don't really indulge in stuff like that.
Aren't we all, no matter how are we trying not to participating in the Matrix? You could try and buy 100%. Real estate to get passive income, but you got to do with zoning laws, local laws, federal laws. You got to pay taxes on it. There's not many contexts where you can't follow rules, and by following those rules and falling under the influence of companies trying to commercialize your attention and just really siphon you for your money, we're all falling influence to that shit.
They're doing a lot of these things. People say that they're educated with the law or about the rules and regulations and the tax laws and all this stuff. Most people don't know anything
for a minute, y'all.
Most people don't even know how to write a fucking check. Right, so there's these basic things that people need to learn in order to live a better lifestyle. I see the hands waving. I don't know what
because it's still. I understand what you're saying, but you're basically, and this is the reason why I keep going back to what I'm saying, what's the end result, and the reason
Nobody
why,
sound like Solo
even
Illuminati.
if we disagree on some of the nuances, what I agree with what Young Don is saying about that there needs to still be an end goal of something. We differentiating somebody from, well, they live deeper in the matrix.
The
because
whole
they don't
main
know how to write
topic
a
is
check. But
about
me. I live a little bit higher, even though I wear
world we
Balenciaga
live
shirt,
in.
or I live
But
somewhere in the middle.
But that has
because
nothing to do with it. The shirt has nothing to do with it, really.
It's the meaning.
It
is,
The meaning he has to him.
Value on that.
it is you're
Value on that
don't-
sweatshirt.
exactly, that shirt doesn't have that much value.
It has no value.
Exactly, but because it has a
In money-
We
money
streaming
on it.
healthily.
Yeah, but what do
Yes, sir.
we agree
I'm
that it
ugly.
has no value.
No, but to you it does though. Correct?
I'm not ugly.
No, I just bought a shirt that I like. That's all I did.
You just sat
Just-
there and said
what's the
you,
difference?
you promised
There is no
His shirt is
difference.
Balenciaga, that's why.
You promised-
His shirt is Balenciaga.
Meaningful to you because when
It's
you were poor,
expensive.
you weren't able to.
Yeah,
No, I
You
said
have
that I
value.
promised myself when I was
Right,
poor.
there's meaning in that
because I
promise.
It's meaning.
Yeah,
Right, there's
but
nothing
no, I
wrong
just
with
buy
that,
it because
right.
I like it.
Right, there's
but I
nothing
buy it
wrong with
because I
that.
like it.
And I'm not saying
I
someone
just
is
buy it 'cause I
intrinsically
like it.
bad
I'm not-
because they
yeah,
buy
we're
nice
saying it has
things or they
value
treat
to you.
themselves.
He's saying
So it
that
has
the
value
shirt
to you then.
has value to him, but he was also
No, because I could do
Yes.
without it.
The
I
shirt
could
does,
do
though.
without it.
Meaning, it's not value.
We're not saying it's life or death value, but
Luke
it does
is
have
trying to say
value.
that his shirt
Same
means
value
nothing to
that
him.
the shirt that you're
So why would you buy a
wearing,
Balenciaga
it has,
shirt?
it's clothing.
No, because
It's
Lo
the
doesn't
only
care
difference.
about the shirt he's wearing.
I don't care, bro. You could take away the Balenciaga.
You
I
do
wouldn't give
care.
a fuck.
You sat
You
there
do
and
care,
said
though.
you promised yourself that you would buy nice things. You buy nice shirts. You
Yeah.
do care.
It
you
was your dream
No,
shirt.
he's
was a
being a
promise. You
hypocrite.
care for me.
But
He
I
said that
don't-
he's gonna buy
but I
nice
don't care
things
about
because he was
it.
poor,
Rip it right now. Just
and
care.
then
It
he
was
buys a
one of your
Balenciaga
two
shirt,
goals.
and
What
then
the
now
hell?
he says he doesn't really care about it. It's just a shirt.
that was a promise you made
Listen,
yourself
listen.
from young, and you kept that promise up until now. You care. What are you saying?
It's not
You
though. He
care.
cares
Not
because he
about
wouldn't
the
bought
shirt.
he wouldn't have
Not
bought
that you're
Balenciaga
calling
shirts
it
if he
flexible,
didn't care
but
about
it was a mark
it being
of your
just
success.
clothes.
about
Like if it's just
What are
clothes,
we
then
talking about?
But Luke, I think you
that's a
dodged
great
this one, bro.
question.
You
We
dodged
gotta
this
listen.
one. No, I'm gonna keep it a beat, bro. You dodged this one.
Hey,
Listen,
Sneak,
we're
I'm
not
not
saying
bro.
you're.
I think
that's-
you guys
you
aren't
got a
letting
point.
me
You got
speak.
a point.
Yeah.
Clearly, no, you're right. You're right. Clearly, it
Sneak-
has value. If you promise yourself that you wanted it, then it's
Not
valuable.
the same value
It's
as
valuable.
Becky
No.
from
Yeah,
Beverly
you're
Hills
not-
who wants the
Sneak-
biggest
it's
Louis
not.
Vuitton
It's
bag.
not
So,
valuable.
but you
It's-
made a point right now.
But it's not valuable because I
Sneako-
could do without the shirt. Is what I'm trying to
The-
convey.
what was going on
I could do
is
without the
Lo
shirt.
was saying the
This is
same
shirt.
thing.
My
White dude saying
but
in
they
the
have
bottom.
value to me because I
And
care about them,
Sneako
and I
was
put a lot of
disagreeing with
time
Lo,
and
but
effort
now
and
Sneako
money
wants to
into
side with the
modding.
white guys.
That's
Exactly.
value to me.
So,
I think he
so
might be
the
Cuban, though.
effort was what you value is the time, effort, and money that it took you to get the car, not just the car itself. So when this cost me no time and effort to really get because my passive assets provide for it, then I could do without the
Brother, you
shirt.
talking about money,
I
you
promise
good
I'm
brother.
not-
But compared to your self, compared to your poor self, it has value. That's why you wear it because you're thinking about yourself.
That's why you
with
wear it.
money.
Right.
So it has value. I'm not even saying that you are evil because you're wearing a shirt, but it has value.
Yeah.
It has to have value.
means-
Like
Luke,
literally.
one thing you told me in Puerto Rico is that I need to start dressing better. I need to buy more expensive shirts. You said I dress like a scrum.
No,
Yeah, when your shirt's
I was
dropping, Frank.
wrong. I said you could go to H&M because your shorts have holes in them. I was like, bro, like why do you have
wear
holes in your
shirts,
short?
So
With-
you gonna
with-
say that in front of
It
11
doesn't.
KP? My
It
shorts
d-
are fire, Chad. Don't listen to that.
But why does that matter though? But why does that matter?
Right.
It doesn't matter.
His
It's
soul
just
is
my
full.
opinion.
Forget his shorts.
I'm
Doesn't matter.
spiritual.
You just
It
advise
matters.
them on
It matters,
something.
bro. It matters.
If you,
Right.
it,
To hell
but it
with
has
your
have
to
to have-
matter,
if you have an
it has to
opinion
matter
on it,
enough
it
for you to
matters.
actually bring it up randomly
Facts.
to him.
I just
It's
said
not
it.
random,
Facts.
bro, because
Drip
because
checking, bro. It's an ego.
it's
yeah.
not it's not random.
Hey, Nico, you're right. You're right. Hey, you're right, bro. I can't. I'm not about to sit here and do this. Yo, nigga. Things do matter, and the reason why I don't fully subscribe to this at this point right now, I keep asking what's the end goal, and then we're just playing different
I'm
levels
just
of the
trolling,
matrix.
I'm trolling. Like,
No, because this
Nah, Lo's gonna make
ideology.
a point though. Lo's gonna make a point though.
right?
I know your end goal, and I
I'm trying to save everyone from going to hell.
My end goal is happy.
My end goal.
I would rather subscribe to that ideology. I would rather subscribe to that ideology than anything else. But when we just sitting here saying I'm playing a different level of the Matrix than somebody else, then we all still in the fucking Matrix. And so my point is,
man.
if we all agree that we're still in the Matrix, regardless of whatever level of financial freedom, then what is the objective of what we're doing? You cannot sit
A
here
lot
and
of
have
people don't
three
even
different.
Most people
Nah, let
don't
him
even
finish, let him
acknowledge that they're
finish.
in the Matrix in the first place.
Most people. We're talking about us.
Well, it's
And this
navigating
is- no,
around
no,
it.
no,
Talk
no.
about us.
So we will always be
No,
in the
no, no.
matrix, but it's getting to a level where you can navigate around it. So you bring up taxes and stuff like that. Luke lives in Puerto Rico because there's 0% income tax. That's navigating
He's just
around the
playing a
matrix.
different level of the
Right.
matrix, Nico. It's
So
still
you'll
it's
always
a
be in
level.
it, but you can navigate around it and acknowledge that it's a game.
I say
If he's beating it, then he would have elevated a level of mentality to not buy the fucking Balenciaga shirt
I
or
say-
tell you
Facts.
to not wear shorts
Holy
with
pants.
holes in them.
Facts.
My point is this: from a
Facts. He's
young
still in
child,
it.
a lot of things that y'all talking about, nigga, I've been on it. From a young child, I always wondered, what is the purpose of my life and what's the objective in life?
Everybody
I've yet to
wonders that.
understand.
Same, nigga.
I've not yet to get a
I'm
quality
still young.
answer outside of religion.
Happiness.
No, I got one right here, right now. This is what I do with my shit.
You didn't say that though,
You
Nico.
leave
Let him
if you
finish.
leave the impact that you intended to leave when you
That's
die.
that's the fourth answer I've gotten to that question.
I only
you're
answered it
asking
one
different
time.
people.
I only answered it one. Yeah, you're asking different people. We have
No,
different.
I get that, but
purposes in life.
it's still different.
Right.
Yeah.
Point.
Right. So mine is objectively whether you're Muslim, Christian, atheist, or this or that, whatever it is. Right. Are you in leaving the impact that you are happy with leaving on this earth? Because you won't die with the car, you won't die with the clothes, you won't die with you'll die with your reputation. But I don't focus on it. I focus on the impact you choose to leave. So even with content, even when we do e-dates and shit like that, I tell chat, I'm like, I don't give a fuck about this shit, but I know it brings attention where most people use entertainment and just only be entertaining. But if I bring you through and then you watch my video, which talks about psychology and mental health and your diet and fasting, and then now I can use that platform that I've built to talk about things which will have an impact on a person when I'm dead, I'm cool. And if I get some Gucci glasses, if Young Don wears his leather jacket, if Luke has his Balenciaga shirt, see, now you've created your own matrix because you're living by your own standard. You're living by your own rules, decisions, and
There you go.
viewpoint and
There you
blueprint
go.
of life.
Facts.
I don't give a
There
fuck
you
whether
go.
it's Christian.
Money
Muslim,
is
or
only
anything.
one. Money is only one currency. Every subscriber
TYKWONDE
that you
with the
have,
facts
that is
here,
currency.
y'all.
You have social currency. There's different types of currencies. There's different types of currencies. You have social currency. Every follower, every view that you get, that is influence, right? Just like money is influence, just it lets you do different things. So you're just chasing a different thing that I am. Maybe
So-
you're pursuing whatever it is, but like you're still after something.
So why tell SNEAKO, going back to what we said,
Speaking
why tell
facts, bro.
SNEAKO to wear better pants?
So that you can get in different
Let's
places.
see these shorts.
Hold up. So you
no,
can.
no,
So you
no,
see-
No, let him
no,
answer,
I'm
bro.
asking
Let him
him,
answer.
Sneako.
Shut up.
Why
go
tell
ahead.
SNEAKO why should he have not wear better?
Because unless you're well connected or in a very high status in society, in order to enter certain rooms, you have to dress in certain ways because they have dress codes and they have ways of operating. So
You have to operate within the matrix and play correctly.
You have to play the rules of the game.
Yeah.
That's
But
all
when
you do.
I
So
said
it's
that
just
about the
it's just
YouTube
We said
content,
the
it was a
same
problem.
thing earlier. Exactly.
Now
That's my
SNEAKO wants to
point.
agree.
That's my
See,
problem.
now
Not
he's
you,
bringing
not
it
you, not
around.
you. Let me be clear.
Lo
Not
made
Luke.
the point.
The SNEAKO.
Yeah.
We said the same
Same
thing
thing.
earlier about how you may have to play part of the game to
yep.
get to a point that better suits you. We said that earlier,
See.
and that was a part of your criticism.
Yep.
But this
You
dude
don't seem
can
to
tell
have
you
an
this.
end goal with your. So you have an end goal with your life,
Or
but
eight-
our end
yeah,
goal.
look,
Hold on.
first.
My end goal with my commentary has a more clear objective than I think playback does, and that your commentary does. Overall, you like to talk, and it's like you like to have an audience, and you're doing social commentary, but there's not a clear objective. There's not an end goal there. My objective with my commentary and with my stream is to wake people up so that people can be happier, because I see the amount of sadness and mental health that's affecting everybody.
To you, it's
you,
not
bro.
an end goal.
To you, bro.
What's your
To you,
end
it's not
goal?
an
Then
goal.
what's your end goal with your commentary?
Right? Because the end goal
No, answer
for
that. What's your end goal with your
me-
commentary?
End goal could be as simple as
Might-
making somebody
it's still-
smile today.
It's still,
It really
but
be that
it's still
simple.
some form of, what am I saying? Some form of financial liberation, and also being able to talk to a community of people who may be
Okay,
either
but what's your end
like-minded
goal
or.
with your commentary?
I'm telling you right now, what the hell are you
He's saying
You're
it,
saying
bro.
financial freedom. Your commentary specifically, the objective of
Just
what you're.
the second part of it, I'm answering it.
Okay.
To also connect to a community of people who either are like-minded or want to hear a different opinion of something. That is the end goal of it.
Hearing a different opinion.
So, SNEAKO, can I ask
Oh
you a
my
question?
God.
Yeah.
I think
SNEAKO.
your end goal seems to be happiness.
Yes.
Okay. That's not the same as Luke's end goal because he answered it 3 separate ways, 3 different times.
And I'll
So
answer it, and I'll answer it 10 different ways, 10 different times, because I think it's more complex than one sentence or one individual thing. I think it's a conglomerate of things. And I'll continue to say that
and I
over
agree
and
with
over
you.
again.
I agree with you.
Look, if those factors
with
play
you.
into
I'm
the
just
whole,
trying to
then what's the
understand
whole?
motives, because if you had to know where you're going, that's your end goal
That's what you
before you
say,
start
freedom.
moving in that direction. You feel me? So if your direction is happiness, everything you do should lead to that happiness.
That's exactly
If-
what I'm trying to do.
Okay, and so that makes sense. But I'm saying when Luke is giving me a different answer each time the question is asked, I'm just a little unclear. And he's saying he's willing to give it 10 different ways.
Yeah.
But it of course is complex. It's life. You could add detail
So why-
and
so why-
nuance to everything. But I'm saying
So I'm accurate in
if
having
someone
a
asked you
complex
what is the
response.
purpose of your life, Luke, what would you tell them?
I'm still trying to figure it out. There you go.
And that's an honest answer, but that also means that you don't know.
And that's the
think
journey.
that's everybody's
and that's
answer,
the
though.
journey, bro.
Absolutely.
Like there's nothing wrong with that. So like
nothing wrong with
it's
that.
it's for all of us. But I can tell people how to get to the place where I am. And I know that where I am was a lot better when I was working at a restaurant and sleeping in my car
What
and
Lo
trying
about
to
to say?
hustle my way up. And there's certain things that I learned. And those are the things that you can develop and help people learn.
Again, Luke, this is not really directed to you, but Agent, how if we had the audacity to say something like that on playback, we fence sitting.
Yeah, like I don't know. But like
What
you
does
don't
that-
need
what
to
does
know.
that- what does that mean?
You don't
What does
need
that
to
mean?
know.
Give me some context on that.
There's a previous.
No,
Sneakos.
that's the whole point of as a point of a previous conversation.
I actually
The point of
respect the
the
fact that you
previous
said that,
debate.
Luke. And
I
I
do
know
as
you're
well.
I know you're in a better position now than you were. And it's like the reality is we're all playing the game. We're all deciding in which ways we want to play it differently, and we decide based on our end goal. If my end goal is to make it into paradise with me and my family, then every decision I make should lead to that end goal. If
Correct.
SNEAKO's is to be happy in this life, every decision should
Well,
lead to
it's
that
not
goal.
just my end goal is not just happiness for me. I think about bringing people, like I get happiness from other people. Like when people message me and say like, yo, I really woke up. Like, I'm glad you said the stuff you said. Like like the way you made me laugh. Like I realized things. Like I like to give people the knowledge that I have, the limited knowledge I have, to be able to share that is where I get happiness.
And that's the purpose of your life, and that's fire.
Damn, what
That
happened to
means
dude
that
that was
you're
behind
already
them?
along that path. You just have to keep it pushing. But the point I'm trying to make, though, with the programming is that we're all to a certain level programmed. Everybody in this fucking call agrees that we should break
Like up the
out
stream,
of
like up the
what's
stream. You join, like the
traditionally
stream.
known
It's easy,
as
bro. It's
fact,
simple.
Even
You in
though
the
it's
bed,
not
like it.
serving
Simple,
people.
simple.
Going to school and being in debt is not serving people. Working a job that you hate and is making you miserable is not serving you.
nobody.
We all know that. We're all going to exercise that truth in our own ways. So I'm more into real estate. It sounds like, and I don't know you too well, but it sounds like you're more into crypto. But you could be diversified in any which way, but there's so many ways to win in this shit. We're all agreeing on the core message. We just all have different ways of getting to our own different end goals. So I just found it a little interesting, the criticism I received earlier about how I was deciding to get to my end goal. Because nobody asked me what
And
mine
that's
was.
the
It just
debate.
kind of
What's
came
your
like,
what's your end goal?
What's your end goal? Is,
I think my end goal is to
Paradise.
be granted paradise with me, my future wife, family, extended family, and friends.
Don't
So
you think that's somewhat selfish? I mean, like, if you have a commentary channel, you have a platform. Don't you think that's somewhat selfish that you're just thinking about your family and friends? Don't you think that you should think about all the subscribers and the people that look up to you and like how you can help them as well?
exactly, and I
extent,
think
yeah.
I help them in other ways that might be more relevant to them. Like not everybody that watches me is Muslim, right? So a lot of people, for some reason, see me as the financial guy in my sphere of the internet, even though I really only own, I'm gonna say only, but a few homes. But a lot of people see that as like not many people are doing that. A lot of people just throwing it down on chains and cars and running their pockets dry. But so I think I'm helping. You wouldn't believe the amount of messages I get from people because of the weight that I lost and the assets I've been able to accrue. And I don't even think they come anywhere near what Luke's done, but I think each person's going to get inspired from you differently. I'm sure SNEAKO, when people come up to you in public, they're going to tell you something different each time. You may be inspired the way they think. Maybe you help them get healthy. Maybe you help them get through some shit. And
Facts.
so like we talk about entertainment like it's a bad thing. Like I think Luke criticized Don's watching of the NBA earlier, but that entertainment helps people get through shit. You can't go through life without entertainment. And I'm not sure about you, Luke, but the rest of us,
you just joined the stream
all
like that big.
entertain
We
in
got
some way.
Agent, Lo,
SNEAKO's telling his-
Luke the crypto guy, Taekwondo, SNEAKO, Young Don the Sauce guy.
If you look up to Patrice O'Neal,
These
their
people
purpose of
are
comedy is truth.
doing
It's
it, you
finding
feel me?
truth and seeking it. And I think
Doing it on
actively
YouTube
try
if you
to
would,
kind of avoid
if
that
I
to
do
play
say
the
so
safe route
myself,
because
you know what I'm
you
saying?
wanna have
Listening to
investments
talk
in real
about a
estate.
debate about
You
the
know,
world,
I don't think
bro,
I
the
avoid the
Matrix,
truth at all.
quotation
And I'll say
marks.
this. When I first started YouTube, SNEAKO, I played one game mode on one game called My GM. That's not all I wanted to do. That was the way I was going to get to where I'm at right now. And then I started to play Park. It had a way bigger ceiling. That's how a lot of people knew me. Now I'm not even gaming no more. I'm doing so there's level and so it's like there's no point in skipping steps, right? So I'm just trying to increase my influence. Of course, I would love to have a positive impact on the people that watch me, either to entertain or inform. Those are almost always my main goals, because I feel like when people watch me and I get the same messages you get, I imagine, or some sort of similarities there, it humbles me. It's like, even if it's one person, I'll go through my IG DMs and I'll reply to people that feel like they've been changed by me. And it makes me feel like I'm serving out my purpose, but my main goal is more so based in faith, and I'm realizing that as I get older. So that's
y'all let me
my
know,
truth,
man. Y'all let me
and
know.
I'm going to find my own way to get to my
Find your
overall
truth
destination.
and find your own way.
So the reason
to get-
I've been
yep,
listening as
facts.
much as I have is because I really just want to know everyone's end goal.
Yep.
We're gonna have different ways of getting there regardless.
Facts.
So if yours is happiness, you can't take the same route I took.
Nope.
You feel me? Because mine, I'm already happy. I feel like I'm already there. I'd rather
mine's not
focus
personal happiness. It's happiness for everybody.
happiness for everybody that watches you, and I can fully respect that. I think everybody having their own end goal, I have maximum respect for it. I think we're all smart people who have found unique ways to gain success online or offline, or anyway. I think we're all saying the same thing.
We are saying the same thing, and that's what really bothers me is that we're all basically saying the exact
And Sneako
same
doesn't
fucking
want to
thing.
acknowledge that.
But for whatever reason, let me not say because Don is all of it. But I'm saying that because if let's just say hypothetically speaking, what you're claiming that we're playing in the Matrix, right? We are abiding by these rules. For whatever reason, there was a level of immediate criticism to us because we played it within these confines of the Matrix and not even understanding of what our end goal was to where we wanted to be when it was all said and done. And yet when he does it, you're sucking his fucking dick. Oh, that's the problem.
Sucking his dick
because you're not saying anything. You're not saying anything.
You've been quiet the whole time, Lo.
Because I'm listening to what he's trying to say.
And Lo, you were meat riding me. Like when overall my clear objective is to help people and to spread happiness, you immediately belittle it in a video by trying to emasculate me talking about something that was entertaining on your podcast.
But you can't do, Frank.
I didn't know that was
people in your position because they're not you.
No, wait.
I mean, I
didn't know that was your end goal.
That's impossible, bro.
I know.
Bring people with you where you're at because they have to be you to take those
you
steps.
just said that we all agreeing, and then you go on and you start saying I'm sucking dick. Like, can we get to a conclusion, or do you want to keep running beef?
Why I say that though is because
I was talking about the fact that he's afraid to talk about trans people, but I know that Luke actually has an opinion about monkeypox.
No, not that. But what I'm saying is he just acknowledged himself that you have to play within the Matrix to get to where you are, where you need to be.
So where am I sucking dick?
Because when he said that, there was no pushback from you. But yet when it was before. If he sat there and told you somewhere in overseas or whatever y'all was at, he told you about.
We made a video about the monkeypox.
No, I'm talking about your pants. He told you that you need to wear better pants.
I mentioned that on the just now on the stream. I said that.
No, back then. Did you not? Did you say something then?
Back then, what?
When he told you need to put on better pants, did you say something then?
Why would I? I need to get respect from people like I'm around millionaires, and I have that's a true point. I need to get respect from the room I am. That's not sucking dick. He's
no, you're absolutely right.
I can't be in Dorado with a bunch of millionaires with holes in my shorts. You got a point.
Sneako can't.
That's understanding the Matrix and operating around it.
But what I'm saying is what I'm saying is that if we did the same thing by your logic through YouTube. We're doing the same thing on YouTube.
This is the problem I have with
and yet it came with criticism. I don't what?
Oh my god.
You just sat there and said
it is the same.
Because you just sat there and said that we're playing within the confines of YouTube and we edit certain aspects of the podcast and upload on a Patreon. Is that not the same thing?
That's not being truthful.
That's not censoring truth.
That look better is not censoring truth. That's just looking better. That's improving. You just say like you have celebrity drama. That's not truth.
Wait. Looking better for what though?
Sneako, you're
because
wrong.
if those people cannot decipher or they don't want to give you the opportunity to tell your truth, or they're willing to judge you based off of what you look and not based off of your actual character, then they're not also living in truth either.
So you want me to call out everybody that's in Dorado? You want me to call out every single millionaire, the waitress, the staff, the host?
What I'm saying is why are you not being consistent? Because I understand the concept of
that doesn't make any sense.
I don't think we're getting anywhere with that. I think circle back around to like what y'all was saying about the whole everybody was saying the same thing. I like the direction things was going with that one.
But we've been saying the same thing from the beginning, and I'm just trying to figure out why is it when we were doing the exact same thing, it's met with criticism.
That's not the same thing. Censoring yourself and limiting yourself to what
It's
you
not
talk about
censorship,
is not the
Sneako.
same thing.
Okay, let me stop censoring myself because you censor yourself on that podcast. Did you not?
When?
You on the podcast? Did you not censor yourself?
Which part? With the podcast with you?
Yes.
Less than you do.
No. See, this is what I'm talking about. We're just playing different levels of the Matrix. You did it though. You said earlier. You said you don't censor yourself. You said there is no filter. Now all of a sudden you do it less than me. So which one is it, nigga?
It's the truth, and you limit yourself.
No, it's not the truth. I ask you again. Did you not censor yourself on that podcast, Nico?
How did I censor myself on the podcast? Name drop somebody?
You said it after the podcast. When we got off the podcast, you said you did. So did you not censor yourself, Nico?
I just didn't say people's names. I didn't drop names or anything.
That's censoring.
Oh my god, I hop in the fucking boxing ring, bro.
I'm just gonna run around him.
It's not that. It's a simple fact that again, I understand the concept of
SNEAKO
playing
moving
within
the
the matrix
goalposts.
until you
That's
get
what that's
your end
called.
objective. That's fine. And as long the less
He moving the
constraints that you
goalposts
have
'cause
while you
he
in
feels
the
some way
matrix
about Lil.
is better.
Said he need therapy.
Everybody agrees with that, which is the reason why we opt in where we are right now in life. If we were willing to play by those rules, all of us would be having fucking 9 to 5s being bots. We all understand we're not at that level. We get that already. My point is that we all also understand that until the day we stop breathing, we're still going to be in the matrix. My point is, one person playing on a different level than the other is the same fucking concept.
It's not the same. It's not the same.
And I think that's the way. Wait. Let me.
Not the same.
My last point. This is my last sentence. My last sentence. So my point is, while we do that, or while we continue to acknowledge that we're in a matrix, what is the end goal?
Right.
What is it? What is it?
If I may,
you asked the same question and you heard my answer. Why are you asking the question again?
No. But that's the overarching point that I'm trying to make.
I think Lo, you made a good point. It don't really matter how you try to play it. At the end of the day, as long as we live in this world and we're governed by this world's the rules set by man, you're always going to be playing the game to a degree. You're always going to be in the matrix to a degree. And the most important question that we could ask is what happened when
SNEAKO, your chat's so dumb.
What happens
Who's this person commenting
because
pigs
you
and
won't get to take
cheeseburgers?
any
Like,
money with you with
they're
your
not
status
listening.
that you built up, your reputation, all of
talking
that.
about L.
What happens if the game doesn't turn on?
Like, listen.
And so and that's a great question, Luke.
That's also I thought about that as well.
But wait, but that's why I was asking you earlier. I wasn't just asking you. I was asking you earlier about, do you think the world can make itself?
I don't know what that means.
I feel like it's a
All right,
ridiculous
okay,
way of
all right.
doing
Here's,
He's trying to
this is
set
a
him up.
microphone. This is a microphone. Do you think this microphone could construct itself?
So you're talking about a world that has a creator? Is that what you're asking, or if the world's coming from? I need you to explain a little bit more than an allegory. Of
Am I
words.
asking a difficult? No. SNEAKO, did this microphone make itself?
No.
Okay,
What's
all
your
right.
point
What's
from that?
my point? The
Well,
point.
what's the point?
I asked you the point in the first point. Top question. Do you think the world made itself? Yes or no?
I don't know what that means. Did the world make itself?
And do you see why I simplified it with an analogy using the microphone?
Right.
Because can we agree that the universe is a thing? Can we agree it's a noun?
Right.
It's a thing.
Right.
Right. It has a name. It's a place.
It's a place.
Right.
I'm asking, how do you think this universe?
He's asking
came
who
into
created the
existence?
world.
No, I am not. I am not. I am at
just
because
asked.
here's the thing. People want
Did
to
it create something?
either just brush it off and say, I don't know, or they want to jump to conclusions. But the truth is that this is a very simple question to answer when you ask very simple logical questions.
Maybe for you it is. So I'm asking you to explain the question in a way that I can understand. Did the world create itself? What does that mean? Does that have the same context as the microphone?
Do you believe that the world came into existence by itself?
By chance, by random?
By itself. Do you believe that the
answer the
universe
question.
fabricated itself?
By
What do you
chance
believe?
or
What
by
do you believe
random?
was? What do you believe? Do you believe that time exists? Do you
Agent
think
looking
time exists?
stupid.
For us, it does. We're bound by a measurement of time, like the idea of time continuum, past, present, future. We may interpret it based on
No,
a
but time is a
continuum.
real thing, right? You can't be
For
20,
us.
25. No, it is. You can't be
For us.
25, 14, and 6 at the same time, no?
For
Depends
us,
if
though,
you're
from
bound
our
by
relative
time.
What do you mean? What do you
Depends.
mean for us? What do you mean for us? What do you mean?
Because I
for
mean,
us?
even when you look
it
out
can
in space,
never be yesterday, today, and tomorrow at the same time.
it's always now.
No, but I'm saying things get older, right? You can go back. The concept of going back in the past, that's not fairy tale, right? Like you understand that yesterday happened, the day before that happened.
Listen, brother, time is an interesting one to take because in order to create time, you would have needed a clock. So that's the
No, that's
paradox
not
of time.
true.
The
That's
concept
not
of-
true.
It is true.
No, it is not.
Or clocks, people still told time.
The second law of thermodynamics.
not from,
the
like,
second
looking up
law
at the
of
sun
the
before-
second law of thermodynamics suggests that reality, matter is always moving towards entropy. Matter is all over the course of time. These are the laws of physics.
Correct.
Over the
So that
course
doesn't
of
mean it's 4
time.
o'clock, though.
What do you mean?
you
No, yes, I agree that we could be calling it hour 47,000.
Right.
No, but I'm saying the actual the concept
Passage
of
of
time, passage of time is a real thing. No.
No, it's
Relative
not.
to us, bro. Relative
There's
to
no
us.
such. There's just the present moment. You're just measuring it by time because you have memories and you have expectations of the future. But what
do you
the
know
only
it's
thing
not-
that
it
exists
is
is
not-
right
if you're
now.
on a
What is
planet
today?
eight
What is
days,
not? What
if
is
you're on
not?
a
What
planet-
is today? What is today? What
Now
day
is
of the
now.
week? No, what is the day of the week?
No, you see, you're limited by matrix
No.
shit.
Are you
Limited
the
by matrix and
Matrix?
calendars.
What
What day is it today?
calendar?
What day is it today?
Hey,
What day is it
Wait,
today?
wait.
The other countries have
Yeah,
yeah, I
you're
understand what
denying
bro on the
another
bottom
day
left is
of
saying, but
time?
they
But
just
listen,
trying to
other
avoid
countries have
that
different
conversation.
calendars that say it's another day.
Okay.
So what's your
No,
point, though?
you're no. My
I'm not
point,
trying to get caught up in the
my
details.
point.
What's your
My
point?
point. All right. Do you believe matter exists?
Yes,
Do you believe energy exists?
Yes.
Why do you not believe time exists?
brother, because it's relative.
Because time is a man-made construct.
It's a
brother.
man-made.
Bro,
Bro, listen, look at
Albert Einstein literally said
bro,
our
bro.
universe is bound by time and space. What are you talking about? There are
So a
literal
man,
equations.
a man.
You could not fly a plane. Wait, no, wait, Ty, listen to me.
What does a plane mean
Ty,
to the
listen.
sun?
Ty, listen to me.
What does a
Ty,
plane
listen to
mean
me.
to another
Have you ever
planet?
taken a physics class?
Yes.
Okay, time is a literal metric that
This
is
is a real
necessary for being
metric.
able to do.
What? It's a metric.
It's
a
like
metric.
mass. Mass is a metric. What are you talking about?
A metric. A metric is a man-made
my
construct
goodness.
of measurements.
Oh my goodness.
A
Do you know-
metric.
do you
Come
know-
up in
do you
part
know-
of-
Listen,
All right, what
A
is-
metric-
all right,
a
wait,
metric-
wait,
a metric-
Look into the physics. they
Wait,
tell
wait,
A
you,
metric
what
is a
what the
man-made
part-
construct of
in order
measurement.
to
Oh
create
my
time,
lord.
the concept-
Hold
I'm
on,
sorry,
do you guys
guys.
believe that there's no time? It's just now. Now.
Wait,
There's
wait,
no
wait,
now.
no,
now.
listen.
Wait, all right, wait.
There's no before and
Perceive
after.
time. How we
There's no-
perceive time.
Ty, listen
How we
to me.
perceive
Let's
time
go
is
back.
what we
Let's go
create.
back to your long-term memory. Some shit that happened to you 10 years ago. Did that happen to you right now? Because that's what you're
Listen,
arguing when you say
no,
time
I
doesn't
get it.
Who
exist.
says it's 10
No,
years
but
ago?
we can prove it. We can prove. Look,
said
You're,
that
mi-
10
you're
years
missing.
ago.
You're missing
We
the
are
point.
saying
You're
that
point
missing.
is
all
being
right,
made.
all right,
You're
okay.
missing. You're
Frank,
missing
what you got to say about
the
this
point,
one?
though.
Hey, chat, let me
Point
know what
he's
y'all got
saying
to
is
say about
something
this,
that
bro.
happened already
Answer.
isn't happening right now. That's what he's saying.
That's all he's saying, bro.
right.
Is that true?
Yes, that's pretty clearly
So when
obvious.
did that,
no?
when did that
Yes.
happen?
That's what he's saying.
When did that happen? When did that happen? If it
Chat,
didn't
what y'all
happen right
think about
now,
this right
it
now?
happened before. When was
You
it?
have to,
What time?
So you're asking me a question which also has to refer back to time. So you're asking me a question within the frame of your
But
thinking.
you understand the concept that something that already happened is not happening now. Correct.
Brother, that's. But listen. You're asking me
No.
a question to refer back to
Man,
what you're
oh,
agreeing with.
no, I'm just
You're not
asking
getting
a
anywhere.
question.
You're just getting me to
I'm just-
agree with you.
No. I'm just asking a question.
Hey, bro, we're
something that
arguing right
happened.
now just to argue.
Listen, bro. Listen. If you do your research into the physics, bro, they tell you you would have needed a clock in order to create time.
You don't
It's
need a
paradox.
clock.
I get it from both,
You
but
time.
the
What-
dude on the
what
bottom
is it-
left in
what are we
Taekwondo,
using
they
this
just
as 24 hours
dodging
in a day?
points.
One question.
The sun
It's
rotates
not-
around.
I
That's
have one
us
question.
and
No,
what
no,
we use.
Ty.
Listen, it's an egocentric way to
Bro,
look at the
it's
universe.
basic physics. It's
Listen.
basic. What is the formula for velocity? What is the formula for
Who
velocity?
created that formula?
No,
A
but
person who needed
it
to use time
clearly
in it.
governs our reality because it's consistent in every aspect
I'm
of
not saying it's
observational
not.
science.
I'm not saying it's not.
It's like if you need to have these grasp of very basic physics concepts in order to make machines, in order to have the internet, make iPhones. These are
Brother,
things
I'm not
that
saying
are
it's not.
okay. So that
I'm not saying it's not.
So wait, it's either it exists.
Why
or
are
it
you asking this
doesn't.
question in the first place?
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's why we
Because
Time is real, the way we perceive it
there
may
was
not
a
be
point in
real,
the
though.
universe where it came into
Or
existence.
vice versa.
There was a point where the universe didn't exist.
correct.
Okay, I'm saying if there was a point in when the universe didn't exist, how is it here?
And what are you going to say?
It had to be created. That is logically consistent with
we all
every.
agree on it.
We all agree on that.
Did it create itself? Did it
Answer the question.
That was, you see, we didn't have to do that last time.
I said no, it didn't create itself.
Okay,
right.
all right. And
so let's keep going.
But Luke was saying like I was asking an insane question. It didn't create
That's a
itself.
simple yes or no
He
question.
I was trying to get some more.
So
context.
did it create?
Luke still don't want to answer the question. Did he create himself? God damn it!
Which we know is logically inconsistent with all of our experiences in this reality. Or something made it, which is consistent with everything we see in this reality.
Yes.
If what made it?
But brother, now you starting to have that existential crisis because what was the first nothing? What was the first nothing? What was the first nothing? What was the first nothing?
What do you? No. I'm saying let's focus on this
Now you have to say there always was something.
I'm saying no. Okay, and I can explain that. That's why I'm asking very simple. Okay, all right.
Even off the topic.
Okay, all right. So chaos cannot create something complex. You cannot find a single example of something being made out of random. Like this microphone cannot randomly assemble itself, right?
Agreed.
So creation implies intelligent design. So I'm saying whatever created this universe created it intelligently. This was not an accident. You can't whenever a tornado passes through a junkyard, you're not going to get a house.
Yeah, I don't believe in randomness.
Exactly.
I believe
So something intelligent, logically, if the universe was created, and we know that chaos cannot create complex things, that means that the universe was created with intelligent design.
And then if you say that you're a god, then that's what you stand on.
It's not your God. It's the God of the universe.
It's
now,
the creator.
I can get to why the God of the Bible. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, right. You'll get I'm not even there.
You meant to say
I'm
it's
not
the
even
creator.
saying if it's the God of the Bible or the Quran or Hinduism or
energy.
I just want to get to a place.
So you
right?
agree?
Wait. I don't even. I'm like, look at this. I'm not even going to touch the Bible right now. Right?
Go ahead. Let's keep going.
Check me.
I had the same.
Okay. I'm not even touching the Bible right now. Right? Okay, so you can calm down. I'm not going to touch the Bible.
SNEAKO, let's give SNEAKO.
All right, so
I'm talking about God.
Okay, all right. So we live in a universe that was created by an intelligent creator, right? Can we agree that everything that is created for a purpose? Nothing gets created without purpose and laws to govern it.
Yeah.
Brother, that's a stretch.
No, I'm asking.
It's not. That gave me goosebumps.
If everything was created with purpose and everything needed to exist,
the protons and electrons of the universe forming, and making humans.
Wait.
So what are you saying?
No.
What are you
I'm saying if the universe had an intelligent creator, right? That creator, whatever it created, everything it created was created with a purpose. When we make forks, we make them to eat with. When we make televisions, we make them to watch. Cameras to take pictures. So whenever something intelligent creates something, it makes it with a purpose. Birds make nests to lay eggs. It's very simple. So my question to you is, if this universe was created and everything in it was created by design, you can't create the phone without fabricating it using every aspect of it. You have to understand every aspect of it. We are another aspect of the universe. My question is, what is our purpose? And also, what are the laws that govern us? Everything that gets created has laws that govern it.
Yeah.
When you make this microphone, there are things we can and can't do with it.
So you're saying ours as in humans?
Say it again.
Ours as in humans.
Yes, I'm saying because Lo was asking a very go ahead.
And this is where my take is at on that, right? Like I said, I have a background in science, but I also believe in a higher power. I always have my spiritual side.
Okay.
I believe we're just one species of other millions of species on this planet that which we share in the universe. I believe we're all connected to all these things. I believe that the same way. I feel like, and I said this back to your earlier statement. It's a very egocentric way of viewing it because you place our life as humans because I can make a big ass gun which can blow up a state over the plants, animals, the ecosystem that's there, or the planet in which we live on. We're not above our planet. This is our home.
That is an assumption you're making.
How is an assumption?
No,
that is to sustain yourself.
No, I am saying that all creations have a purpose and have laws that govern it.
Okay.
That is completely consistent with our existence.
Purpose. who has the power to establish that purpose?
The creator.
Okay.
When you make something, you have a purpose, you have an intention for that.
I would agree. Everything has its role, right?
Okay.
You have black holes, then you have supernovas, you have everything out here. You have the predator, the prey, you have everything, right? Black, white, whatever the case may be. But then when you talk about the purpose of those things, I believe you equate yourself with the creator because it's not your position to say that.
I'm not. I'm saying it's the only thing that makes sense. You're saying that the intelligent creator created something without purpose. Is that
I'm
what
not
you're
saying that. I'm saying you don't have the position to start establishing the purpose because you're in the role.
We're not even there yet.
I see what Taekwondo
is saying. We're not
saying.
even there yet. I'm just saying, right? I'm just seeing if I'm making sense. I'm just trying to get you. I'm just trying to get people.
Anybody in the call? Anybody on the call want to speak on anything or say anything? That's fine.
Okay,
I'm listening.
Okay, all right. So this creation has a purpose, and everything in it has a purpose. Just like how this phone, right? I'm using the phone as an analogy for the universe.
Right.
Just like how the phone has a purpose, every component of that phone has a purpose that is relative to the functioning of the entire phone. So I'm saying the creator, every aspect of its creation has a purpose within the whole.
Even beyond our planet.
Us.
Beyond our planet.
What do you
Beyond
sure, yeah.
Right.
Definitely.
The universe as a whole.
Everything.
I'm just making
everything has a purpose. Yeah, I'm not saying human beings are the only. Everything has a purpose, right?
Right.
Okay. I'm saying, so what then is our purpose that the creator has given us?
I say we're the only thing which can consciously create. We're the only ones gifted with consciousness. So when a lion attacks me because I punch it in the leg, it is just thinking in terms of I'm defending myself. You can punch me in my leg and I can say, do I want to smack the shit out of this guy or do I want to shake hands and choose to forgive him? We're the only ones that can do that.
What does us having consciousness and if
I see what he means.
No. Look, check this out. You think we have consciousness by accident?
No.
The creator gave us consciousness.
Yeah, animals can understand too. Like, should I do this or should I not?
Exactly.
Which is why you can also
our
be bad.
Sure.
Would you agree with this?
No.
Would you agree that Martin Luther King...
Oh, shit, what are you about to say?
This is one of my controversial takes.
What are you about to say?
Would you believe that Martin Luther King could have been as dangerous as Hitler and Hitler could have been as positive as Martin Luther King?
You're missing my point, Todd.
No, it connects to the point because we have the conscious decision to choose our purpose.
Yes, obviously, obviously, consciousness implies self-awareness, and self-awareness implies the ability to make decisions. But you're not missing. I'm saying we were created. All things created have purpose. Everything that was given to us was not given to us by accident. So our conscious was given to us as a means for serving our purpose that the creator gave us. What is that purpose?
See, when I state that, we can use that consciously whatever way we want, and you say that.
So you're saying that
when
our consciousness overrides our purpose?
Then what is the purpose outside of being able to consciously choose what we want? So I can sin just as much as I can be a saint. I'm saying
what do because this is what it gets back to the original question that Lo asked, as in what is the point? The point I'm getting to is that whatever created us, that also gave us consciousness, created us to have a specific purpose, a specific use. I'm trying to get you to tell me what you think that purpose is.
The Islamic answer is to worship God.
There is an answer. I'm not even going to say it's the right answer, but there is an answer. I'm saying, do you have a separate answer? I believe
there's an answer.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
And again, whether I say it's believing in God. Let's say this, right? Because I love to read the Quran, I love to read the Bible, I love reading, stories of the prophets and applying that morality and looking at my life and my decisions, right? Now, whether I say it's believing in God to the oneness of the, heaven or the life after death, whether I stick to that, I still also believe in how I use my decisions, which comply to what happens after I die, whether in the physical world that I see now or the world I live in when I die, if I even believe there is a world. We agree on the part of your decisions matching with your morality and your conscious intention. And I said that from the start when Lo asked. What is the four things you said? And I said that I just want inclusivity and authenticity and all. Because
Taekwondo, are you agnostic or do you? Like,
No,
what
I
do
just
you
consider
believe?
myself spiritual, but I read into different texts and different books because that's just how I explore different things. And I focus more on the individual and the spirituality.
And,
that's how
and
I see it.
in
That's
your
why-
exploration,
Right.
is there anything you discovered that can answer Don's question?
Okay, great question to that. And I asked you this early in the stream. I said, was Jesus religious or spiritual? And you said Jesus is God. Okay, take that. Jesus is even mentioned in the Quran. Jesus is mentioned, right? I said it to say I'm focusing on what the individual can do to connect themselves with what they believe in. I don't care what you call it. I don't care what you call yourself. As long as you consciously and intentionally do that. And then listen, I as long as it's not bad intention, and what do I define as bad? Goes against the life after you. Whether it's your children, your children's children, or what you go to.
I know what he believes in.
All right. All right.
Now, what's your take on that?
I'll just put this out here, right? Because, I don't want to go in circles, and I also don't. This is my logic. I'm gonna put it out here. Take it or leave it.
I feel like we're getting
Take it. No, take it or leave it. Whatever. Right? The universe was. Did I do something?
Yeah.
Okay. The universe was created, right? All creations have a creator, right? Anytime something intelligent creates something else, it creates it with a purpose and rules to govern it, right? Okay. What was our purpose? Our purpose was to worship God. What are the rules that govern us? These rules are known as the 10 Commandments. Breaking these rules have a consequence, just like anything else in this world. Whenever you break a rule, there is a consequence, regardless of anything else that you've done in that world. You commit murder, you shoot someone out on the street, doesn't matter.
Know that those 10 Commandments are the rules?
I'm just saying this. If you disagree or don't believe, that's fine. I'm just saying this. Whoever
that those are the rules.
Because the Bible says it. Because the Bible says so. All right, so here it is. All right,
so it's not what you think; it's what you believe.
Here it is, right?
Yes, it's what he believes.
All right, so there are the 10 Commandments, right? Thou shalt not worship any other god before me. Thou shalt not make a graven image or make an idol out of a god, right? Thou will not lie.
None
thou
of this
shalt
is
not
fact.
kill.
They know that.
Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt honor the Sabbath. Thou shalt honor thy mother and father. Thou shalt not take the Lord's name in vain. Thou shalt not commit adultery. And thou shalt... I'm missing one. You can look it up, right?
9 out of 10, good. 9 out of 10, you did good, brother.
All right. So anyway, right. So there are
Can
10 commandments.
Can somebody find the 10th one in the chat so at least we all can mention it?
All right. So okay. All right. Go ahead. Who did I miss? Who did I miss? What did I miss? There's. Go ahead. Put it in the chat.
Do you see it? Who said it's?
Luke wants to know.
All right. Continue the point, though.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
You see it in the chat. I don't know if you read the chat or not. Just
okay.
Isn't it do unto others as you would have do unto? Is that no? Is that
no? That is not the 10th commandment.
I don't think it's part of the commandments.
BLM. All right. So anyway,
nobody's gonna put it in.
Yeah. So anyway,
the chat's full of
these are the 10 commandments that has been given unto us. Just like this
I'm not gonna call them
phone
idiots,
has laws that govern it. There are things I am not allowed to do to this phone, right? Or else it will break, and there are consequences to suffer. The consequences of breaking the 10 commandments is eternity in hell, eternal damnation, which is described as complete separation from God. We can look in society today and see what it looks like when there is separation from God, right? Just look at the average bad neighborhood where there is lying.
Even from this Bible talk, right?
I think a Christian hell or a Christian heaven or a God beyond that. We can still look at those decisions, which.
Did you mention you shall not bear false witness? So was it the one that you shall not bear false witness against your neighbor?
Yeah, that's it's thou shalt not covet. That's the one
Thou shalt not covet your neighbor's wife.
Do we have to go over all the 10 commandments right now?
Yes.
I just want Bible study. Go to Bible study like at home, bro.
No, I'm giving the laws, right? Y'all talking about the Matrix and what's important. If there's a possibility that there is hell, SNEAKO, and you're going to live there forever, you're talking about being happy.
Your name on Instagram is Young Don the Sauce God that's taking the Lord.
Wait, yeah, but I told you today, you know this for a fact. You're doing exactly what you've been criticizing Lo for an hour.
But look, we all make mistakes, bro. There's no point in having the
no, what do you mean? It's not a.
We all make mistakes, bro.
It's not about making mistakes.
God is gonna make us go to hell for like little shit like that.
I got you.
Okay. All right. Wait.
No.
So
if
I'm
you
saying,
as a conscious
I'm
human being,
saying, if y'all are talking about happiness and y'all are, I'm saying when we die, it is not over. There is eternity. We only can go one of two places, heaven or hell. Okay? Everyone has been found guilty and will be sent to hell for breaking the Ten Commandments.
And I stand on the opposite.
God has given us a path to salvation. God has given us a path to salvation by believing in Jesus Christ, professing Him as Lord and Savior, and repenting for His sins.
You do not, based on your worldview, so now I have to correct your worldview.
No, you've been committing blasphemy this entire stream, saying that the Bible is inaccurate, and that, like, you can't correct me on the Bible, bro. Like, that is how you've been committing blasphemy this whole stream, bro.
Okay, perfect. So now let me correct you based off of your worldview. So you said that you break the 10 commandments and therefore you go to hell, right? That's what you said. But then you lack the understanding of what is called sin nature, which means you are born into sin. So as soon as you're born, automatically you're born into, this is your worldview. So it's not about the action, it's about the state in which you are born, which is a fallen state. So that's just to correct your point
I
regarding...
already knew that, and this is what I mean, you're being so facetious. That is obvious. That's the reason why we break the laws, is because we're born with a sinful nature. Adam and Eve plunged the world into sin. This is elementary Christian views, bro. You're not contradicting me.
And why didn't you?
Because everyone is cutting me off. SNEAKO wanted...
Nobody was cutting you off.
End the stream.
But I'm not ending the stream. But you've been talking about the Bible like you've like.
Bro, because everyone keeps like cutting me off. I've been trying to get out a very simple thing. People don't want to answer questions because at the end of the day, God is real, and people don't want to acknowledge it because you have to start acting better.
I think everyone here believes in God besides Tom.
Everyone believes in. A lot of people believe in their own version of God, which is
so yours is perfect and other people's is bad. Like,
no, I'm saying
why are you trying to convince people to change their beliefs?
I'm
like,
not.
You believe one thing. Then why are you so angry? Like,
I'm not angry. I'm not.
You've been like kind of yelling for like 30 minutes straight. Like,
bro, people keep cutting me off. I'm trying to get out.
You've been going nonstop and turning the mic for 30 minutes. Nobody's cutting you off. You have plenty of time to speak about the Bible.
That is not true, bro. That is not. All right, we'll run it back. I guess I've been stopping myself for no reason. I've been asking myself.
You could have just simplified that and say, I believe in God. You should believe in God.
No, because here's the thing. That doesn't get anybody anywhere. You don't go. I am trying to save you from eternal damnation. I'm trying to show it to
anybody.
I know you can't.
That's
you
the
get
craziest
salvation
thing.
because I'm trying to point you in the direction of salvation. All right.
So you just said something different.
Okay,
so
it's called semantics. You said like 45 different things earlier today when Agent was asking you questions.
Semantics.
All
and
right,
the reason you believe what you believe is because of the semantics that you've read. And if the semantics didn't make sense, you wouldn't believe in it. So semantics are important because words have definitions and words have meaning.
I just said, you're trying to distract people from
now you're
the
going to
point.
Cut me off. Now you're going to cut me off.
You're trying because you're putting words in my mouth.
Okay, perfect, brother. Sounds good. Well, you guys have a wonderful night. SNEAKO, I appreciate you, bro. But if we want to have a conversation, I'll have one. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense. Like, you talk for 30 minutes, brother. Like, we're all trying to have a conversation.
For real.
Yeah, Don is definitely.
Well, you
talk. I'm listening. Talk. Go ahead and talk. Go ahead and talk.
Combo narcissist.
Perfect. So semantics are extremely important, right? That's why people that study the Bible, they study in the Greek and the Aramaic and the original languages because semantics matter. So don't come to me saying semantics don't matter, whatever. If you're trying to convince me.
Here's the thing. I am trying to say something. I'm making a point. You're fixating on something where I already admitted I misspoke, and you're trying to build a castle upon it. I immediately corrected myself and said Jesus is the pathway to salvation, but you keep fixating on it because you're trying to distract from the actual point of what I am trying to say. So, I mean, yeah, man, like, well, go ahead, explain away.
I don't have anything to explain. I was just saying that you're interrupting.
We ordered this one. Thank you, yo.
The credibility of the Bible.
Yo, Donate 50 said the Quran is the word of Allah and has been preserved to a T. How come one believing God could die and how could God be three people?
Here's my thing, bro. I won't argue that you'll say it's heaven or hell, or somebody else may say it's paradise or the five realms of this and that. I'll say have a standard to live by in which you treat others with a conscious intent and concern. And that's why I can read multiple stories, because
all I wanted to do was get off what I just
the amount of honor and integrity.
All I wanted to do.
That's why I heard.
All I wanted to do.
Why does Lowe's hand look like a foot?
Everybody, and I said before, because we were going back and forth, and I was like, you know what, let me just get this off, and then y'all can say what you believe or disagree, and that's fine. That's all I was trying to do, is get off what I was trying to get off.
I can't unsee it now, Sneako.
Right? It looks like a foot, bro.
What?
His little hand.
I don't see it.
Yeah, I think you guys are being highly critical of Young Don, because we're talking about the purpose of life, and he's telling you his purpose. Like you just don't want to hear it.
He's telling us our purpose.
I mean, that's what he believes is his truth. Of course,
what I'm doing is, as I have a master's in divinity, I understand what the Bible says in divinity, which is studying the Bible, right? So I'm giving you, you're trying to convey truth to people, right?
Bro, you're not Christian, bro. You're belittling and trying to disqualify the author.
You understand
the Bible.
Do you understand that most people? Do you understand that most people here have no context of what you're trying to say? So what we're trying to do is open up the argument in the conversation.
And that's why
in the conversation. So you need to be able to answer difficult questions. That just because I ask you a difficult question doesn't mean I don't agree or disagree with you. You haven't asked me a single
difficult question of the whole stream, bro. What are you talking about?
Oh my God.
You're saying I'm disagreeing with you when all I'm doing is bringing topics of conversation. Just like any group of people that's intelligent, they're going to question each other's beliefs, each other's thoughts. There's no reason to it's not an aggressive approach, dude.
Exactly, bro.
Whatsoever. Stop playing this halfway. Oh, I got a master's in divinity, like you're a Christian or like you rep the Bible, bro.
What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
A master's in divinity is when you have
multiple times he has tried to disqualify.
What is that? Where do you study that?
Being authentic.
So what you need to understand is that belief system has nothing to do with your ability to read the text and understand the text, bro. What does that?
I don't think unless, but that's like,
with anything, bro?
I always find that odd because as a casual or even like an enthusiast, you don't even remotely understand the text because the text is old. So at least if you're talking about the Quran, it's over 1,000 years old.
I wasn't talking about
that. But I'm saying, but just any old text, it could be Shakespeare from hundreds of years ago. You need an English professor who's dedicated his life to properly understand what the fuck Shakespeare was trying to say. So language changes so much that it's very difficult to extract the original meaning from what was said. It has to be preserved. So the point I'm trying to make is that that's his truth. If he believes that he's saving people from hellfire, he's well within his right to try and convince people. That's completely fine.
Nobody's saying no.
He doesn't want to hear it, and that's also completely fine.
Facts, bro.
I think
people love to say this. Well, this is how I'm gonna say it. This is how it is. Oh, it's not good enough for you. No, bro. When you learn something, you have to be able to break it down in multiple ways. You have to break it down, put it back together, and explain it in as many ways as possible. That's a true master at something. That's a true.
Even though there's some big
what's the word savant at something,
like
a true savant understands that they have to be able to break things down to the simplest form and put it back together. Come on now.
Christianity, Jesus is God.
That's facts, bro. And when you're talking to people, let's break it down to the basic.
But we also believe that God isn't human at all. Time doesn't lapse.
Let's break it down to the basic understanding of communication. If you're in a relationship with someone, or if you're in any type of friendship with someone, you have to be able to break and that's the true form of understanding, is being able to convey a speech in multiple ways, bro. If you can only convey it in one way, then do you really even understand what you're saying?
I believe God exists in a Trinity, right? God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit resides.
That's all he's trying to do. Dude in the bottom left with the Balenciaga and the black cap is just trying to test Don's understanding of Christianity. That's it. And Don getting all defensive.
The Holy Spirit is the essence of God, which resides within.
I gotta pee, hold on.
Changes your temperament, changes how you act, how you behave, and thus yields the fruit of the Spirit.
How do I get the Holy Spirit?
You have to become saved.
How do you become saved?
You have to believe in Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior, professing with your mouth that He is God, and repent of your sins.
So based off of that definition, is Agent going to heaven or hell? Based off of his worldview.
Well, I would have to speak to Agent about that.
It's not.
He just mentioned
Muslim.
it.
Based on
He just said Jesus is not God. So based off of that perspective,
Scott thinks that it's a false religion. He thinks that Islam is a false religion.
You see,
you said
that applies to all religions.
SNEAKO, you're being just the exact same way.
Did you not say that?
You know what? And if you are going to have a conversation with Kaz, I said that I've realized that I cannot speak to Muslims like that. I'm not trying to win a darn fight. But
Yes or
Sneako,
no?
there's things that you told me in private. Can I just say it right here? There are things you told me in private. Can I just say it right here?
I thought we were
Don't
authentic.
censor yourself.
Okay.
That's your worldview.
Are we censored?
Say it, bro. Say what you want.
See, I would say that if I love, Jesus has told me to love my brother as I love myself. I want to save my soul because I love myself, and so I want to save Agent's soul. If Agent has professed that he's a Muslim, did someone just cut me off, or did I just imagine that?
No, I cut you off.
All right, so if Agent professes himself to be Muslim, and I believe that he has to be saved through Jesus Christ in order to not go to hell, I'm going to do my best not to offend Agent by looking him in his face and saying that his religion is false. Instead, I would have taken a different route. But now Sneako has taken that chance away from me by just putting that out there. And because Agent is a man, it's easily and intelligent. It's going to put him more.
So what you're trying to say is that Agent,
am I imagining someone cutting me off? Chat. Am I imagining someone cutting me off? Because earlier when I was saying that, people were acting like I was imagining that.
You're not imagining.
I just want to make sure that I'm not imagining people.
So based off of your worldview, Agent is going to hell. That's what
it's
you're
not based off of my worldview.
I thought that was
it is based on what the Bible says.
It's not like
and that's your worldview. Your worldview is how you perceive the world.
It's not my
That's
worldview.
Your worldview. How you view the world.
By the Bible,
bro.
Yeah,
so,
which you agree. And you base your worldview on that.
Like the stream. If you join the stream,
you
like
what the
it.
Bible
Go to
says.
Discord.
That is it.
Send me a reaction
It is
video.
not my
Send me
worldview.
memes. We're gonna do a Discord
it's just
vid
an-
one of these days. One of these
That's just the
streams.
nature of religion too. I can't believe there's one true God and that Prophet Muhammad was the messenger of God, and then that's at odds with what he believes. So if I don't believe what he believes, then by default, yes. But he's saying that he can't win people over by making them feel bad. I can't do the same, so I'm not going to look at Don and say, by my worldview, or if you read the Quran, then just following, if you believe everything that's in the Quran, that he also will be going to hell for not believing what it says in that book. There's no point in doing that because it doesn't serve a purpose except
he's trying to save people, so it serves his purpose. So he has to tell you that your worldview is wrong.
I'm not trying to save people, right? As you pointed out,
I mean,
14 times earlier,
confused.
Jesus is the one that saves people.
Luke, I'm
trying to just spread the gospel.
It doesn't benefit me to put
if you have a master of divinity, I feel like you should better understand
what he's saying.
Like as a person who grew up,
so explain
Muslim,
what you mean by that.
Because as a person who grew up Muslim, I completely understand where Don is coming from, like 100%. It's why I'm not really challenging him. I disagree with him the way he disagrees with me, but we're not going at each other because of our disagreements. We believe different things. So, but that's completely fine. I don't think anybody here, if I'm not mistaken, is Muslim. So we believe different things. It's not my objective or duty to convince you, but the idea is Don is taking a more active approach of talking about his faith a lot in his videos. But if that's what he wants to do to convince people, he's not going to do it by making them like a target. He's not going to do it by yelling and screaming at people. He's going to do it by kind of just. So I mean, it is what it is. We just all believe different things. I think we should just embrace the differences.
Is an understanding of the worldview, which is fair, right? So you need to be able to. So it's about being honest as well. If you're talking about honesty, and I'm not saying I agree or disagree. What I want to convey is the point that, like, if you have to speak up about the entirety, when you're talking about salvation and damnation, okay, what equals damnation? Because people need to know what equals damnation and then what equals salvation. So you need to know which spectrum
earlier when you were cutting me off, when I was trying to tell everybody about the 10 commandments, and I was telling you how when you break the law of God and then you try to chastise me about the sinful nature of man, and like you know it's
not chastising.
You apparently have a master's in divinity, studying the Bible, but you couldn't give me the 10th commandment. So either you were being
neither could you.
I did. Thou shalt not covet. I didn't look that up. I didn't look that up. I didn't look it up. You said, "Oh, thou shalt not bear false witness." You see, so man, you all right, bro? Do your thing, bro. Hey, do your thing, bro.
You bared false witness about me, calling me a grifter. That's false witness. So you broke one of the 10 commandments.
No, I didn't. I said when someone sound like a grifter, I can't just sit on that. You sounded like a grifter, bro.
And that is bearing false witness.
No, it's not. That's my opinion, bro.
Yeah, and that's false witness.
No, that's the okay. All right, bro. Masters in divinity, right there. Opinion is
like,
lying.
I don't
apparently.
think how much somebody memorizes something says anything about the morals that they live on.
I mean, that's what he judged me on.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I judged him on the fact that he dodged an opinion and then he started to grift. He started to say, he spoke for 4 minutes and didn't say anything meaningful. And so I pressed it. I'm just like, and I didn't even really start off. And I didn't even really start off as a press. I was asking you a follow up question, and then, I mean, I would have to watch the stream at this point, but like you started. I can't remember exactly what you said, but you know when you got in like bad graces with me, you said something disrespectful about the Bible. A grifter is like a con man.
Finally, we get what the definition of grifter. I was just saying, I don't know what a grifter is.
Trying to sell themselves as one way when they really not. I was
pretending like I knew that was. I didn't want to
yes, and that's what's wrong with Don, and that's what's wrong with a lot of Christians. They're trying to tell you what's right and wrong, bro. Like you tell them what you believe your truth is, and keep it pushing. Or don't say it at all. Like who cares?
You did that, so that's the point. I'm not saying I agree or I'm not saying I
see.
And that's
like he'll force his opinion on people.
You see, that's the point.
I seen mad W Dons. I seen mad
that's totally fine. Those are just opinions, but you're not bound by the opinion of men.
Hold on.
False witness by your logic.
We can't pick and choose when public validation proves something, though.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, like he's saying that I'm a liar
based on your worldview.
Because I perceive him. He was acting like how I've come to be familiar with how con men act.
He did answer,
and so I say that, and that don't mean I'm a liar. That's my opinion. You said I bore false witness.
You bared false
How
witness.
do you have a master's in divinity and do not realize that commandment means to lie? How do you have a master's in divinity and don't know that commandment means to lie?
You agree?
You said I called you a liar. I didn't call you a liar. All I said is that you broke the commandment that you are the one saying is equal to salvation or equal to follow in order to not be a sinful person.
No, wait. What does that commandment? Wait, what does the commandment mean?
That you shall not bear false witness of another.
No, but what does that mean? Though? What is that ninth commandment?
So it's about like talking falsely about another individual.
It means to lie, though.
It means to lie.
Yeah, but I didn't call him a liar. I said he just broke that commandment. I didn't say you are a liar. I said you broke a commandment that you.
So you're saying he's lying?
No, I said that he broke the commandment.
Which
what does the commandment mean?
I emphasized specifically on the breaking of the law. That's
okay,
it.
but what does that commandment mean though?
Which, by the way, for the New Testament people are listening, you're no longer bound by the Old Testament. You see, I'm about to take you into the New Testament. Are you ready? Are you ready to go down
the 400K?
Are you ready? Are you ready to go down that one?
No, I just want you to answer the question before we
go.
You're
no longer bound by the law, right? Isn't that
I just want to know what does that ninth commandment mean?
Hey, this is out of my depth, and also to not be rude, but I don't care. So I'm gonna leave, but I appreciate y'all. SNEAKO, thanks for having me on and shit, man. But I'm about to go do other shit, man.
What does the ninth commandment mean?
I'm about to go do other stuff too, bro. God,
it means you shall not bear false witness about another individual.
And can you explain that? Can you give a bare basic explanation?
My name's TYKWONDOE.
I'm not gonna lie.
I know you're trying to trap
I was waiting for people to leave.
I'm genuinely asking questions.
And I'm genuinely responding to it in a way that's what I'm telling you. It means what it says.
But what is that? What is that?
You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. That's what it means.
But what is that? What does that mean, though?
I don't know. What does it mean? It's very simple. It means you shall not bear false witness about your neighbor.
I said you should not lie. That's what I said. I think
that can be another way to interpret it. And
so I'm asking you, what is your interpretation?
That's my interpretation. You shall not bear false witness about your neighbor. So when you bear false witness and then you claim that that's a principle that you can use, and doesn't justify itself. It's dual-sided.
Hey man. I love the tap dancing, but I can't dance no more, man. I'm out of shape. I'm fat. So, y'all have a good one, man. It means not to lie, just FYI to the people out there. But I guess we're still tap dancing. Nice Balenciaga shirt too. I'll catch y'all later, man.
All right, peace, dude. All right, well, I guess it's just us. You want to continue? I'm out.
Let's
I
end
can't
this.
hear you.
I can keep going. I can keep going.
No.
All right, let's keep going. Let me corrupt the shit.
I'm about to get out of here, bro.
Alrighty, what's next? What's the next topic of conversation? Let's see what people want to hear or talk about.
People are
about to get
asking a
out
lot to talk about crypto, but it seems weird to shift conversations now after this.
Not to me. If you guys want to talk about crypto, let's talk about crypto.
We don't get if you start talking about crypto, I'm gonna leave.
I mean, you're the
really up to you
expert.
guys.
I'm not the expert on that.
What do you guys want to talk about cryptos? Any specific questions? Like
How do you
you
think
guys
you could put them on
started?
today?
Are we allowed to talk about? Are we allowed to talk about that or no?
Yeah, you can talk about everything.
Okay. Crypto is a new type of digital. Well, it's been around for almost 12, 13 years. Do the math. I don't know. 2009. It's a different type of exchange of value, just like the U.S. dollar, just like the European euro,
that's when we
just like the
depart.
Japanese yen.
Who cares
And
about crypto?
it's a digital.
Crypto is a scam. Let's get out of here. Hey, y'all like to stream up, bro. I might be the first person on YouTube to ever live stream another live stream debate, bro. So if y'all can't like this stream for me, you know what I'm saying? Then y'all hating. Y'all literally hating. Like, put subs going E-Day. Hey, what the? You deleting that? Hey, like up the stream, man. This was bro. We getting out of here, bro. We getting out of here, bro. We getting out of here.
Yeah, JK, hold on.